boring video game.
Just want to play a video game.
Alright, let me...
Drake Bell? What was the fake Drake Bell name that we came up with, like... Worm Chimes?
Worm chimes? Gross.
Alright, I need to... grab... Because it's been a little while. There we go. Or is it new or is it the same?
Oh, the IP?
Yeah.
Should be the same.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use the most recent one I could find and hope it works.
Wow. Wow, incredible.
We are playing
Wowee.
the game.
Okay.
There he is.
There he is. There we are. Let's see
This
how
is
it
me.
works.
Oh god.
Die.
Oh god. No, you play the game?
I don't. It's been so... I don't think I've went into like training mode and actually done anything in this game for at least like a month.
Yeah, me actually practicing at this game has been playing it in those
In attorneys?
Yeah.
That's literally what, like, that's the only time I play the game recently.
The new
boy.
hit sparks look great.
Oh, they do, yeah.
There is, like, the one thing that might look a bit weird to me so far is the fact that there's, like, that big, like, purple thing slash magenta thing in the middle.
It's
The
they
like
look-
circle that happens like on the frame of impact.
it's
Yeah,
a little
like-
weird, but like it makes sense because there used to be a big black frame there. It sticks out because it's different, you know?
Yeah, it's not bad, it's more just, it might be a little jarring.
I know that Daraku Tenchi did something similar with its hit sparks. So I don't think it's like too big a deal. Personally, at least.
I
You
don't
know,
think it's
I
that
got
big of a
used to
deal
it.
either.
I thought it was weird at first. It was like, there's just a big circle there, and then in game I was just like, yeah, I just stopped noticing after a while.
Ow! Wait, bug!
Uh,
Bug activate.
Explosion!
gotta play that, dude.
Well, I mean, you were holding C-Tech, so you're being very threatening.
Okay.
Alright, I don't think I've really played this character.
Certainly haven't against me.
Looks like another fight.
And that was,
What?
I think you only played C, if you did.
Actually, no, I think I think it was just you and T that played that entire session.
Yeah, because he was port forwarding. Or he was hosting, rather. Because he could port forward and I couldn't, so.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't think I've actually really played this character besides in training mode, to see the frame data, and that's about it. Oh wait, the heavy version doesn't have flames? Or am I just wacky?
It does.
Alright, stop that. Ow.
I forgot what my
I really
fucking
was
letters were.
fucking emulating a hypothetical what if Iori were in Battle Craze move list in one of the docs that I have. And I'm just like, oh yeah, Terry does have his command throw from King of Fighters 13.
Yeah.
Die. You know what I want to talk about, by the way? I'm so glad this game does not have, like, double charge for supers at
Oh
all.
god, yeah, no. There's no way.
Oh,
Because I was recently playing Punch Planet, which I actually like that game. I think it's kind of cool. But, like, I was playing the charge characters, and I was like, wow, my walk speed is so fast, I could just get after the setup. Is that crazy? This character is for me. But yeah, I was playing some of the charge characters, like, wow, I don't like double charge motions.
Well, it's awful, yeah.
Like, I understand why people would want them, and I think, like, down up makes a lot more sense than back forward, at least in my brain. But I don't know. Are all the sides done, by the way, or are they just all C?
They're all done for hers.
I don't know what they are, so
Well,
I'm just
they're-
gonna
they're-
go down the list.
They're done, except they're gonna have unique supers, but they still have like functioning supers for now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay.
I made sure that in the voice lines doc, Emmy says batteries not included for the Cherry Hunter star move.
Ow! What is this move? Okay, that's not. That's not a shuriken. What is that? I don't know what I'm doing.
That's just a fake run.
You like how I ducked under your thing? Ow.
There's one more caveat, and that is that Sidel Reaper has right now an invisible laser. Because, well, which really shouldn't matter that much right now, but yeah.
I got an absolutely evil and probably ARPA idea.
What's that?
What if there was a zoner who had a super install that just made all of their projectiles invisible?
Awful.
What? Yeah, I bet you would like them to be invisible too. Like tracking. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Tracking invisible fireballs. Please don't kill me.
Invisibility in fighting games is...
Wait, no, I was so smart. I used the throw invincibility to not die. Alright, I don't know the differences. I just know I have a flippy move in that one, in a fake run.
Sidel has a bunch of air stuff. Like she can bounce
That's
off
cool.
people's heads, and the rolling thing you saw is actually a grab. It's basically like
Okay.
the demon flip grab in that sense.
Yeah. And then is
Yeah.
this just wacky fun time?
This one,
It's, Shin Hisako and Bishamon. It's a mishmash of ideas that both of us came up with.
Alright, no motions.
that's a charge. It's
Alright,
all
cool.
charge.
Okay, well, sometimes, you know, we get a little wacky. We change the charge characters and the not charge characters. Wait, my health.
And then, like, the only the only non-charge character who's going to be a charge character is Tyrant. And we're just gonna make him in Bison, because that actually is possible.
Ow!
Although, I don't know if I want to give him, like, a fake Psycho Crusher. Like, he does, like, a spinning move like Baxter does, but he just is Tyrant, and he's Nick fucking
That
huge.
cross-up was so delayed. Oh! I can't tell what's a special and what's a normal sometimes. Like this, like that's a special, but to me it just looks like a normal. Like the like horizontal slash.
So the thing is, if you slash through a fireball, it becomes enhanced.
Okay, that makes
Gets
sense.
bigger.
If you knock the opponent down with a bladed move like that, they drop a soul, and you can pick that up to
And
heal.
is it like this? Oh, okay.
You can also use it to attack. You can also hit them with your basics,
That's fair enough.
your sword basics. Wow.
Wow, that hitbox does not work very much. It like
I actually... Sorry.
it's all good.
Oh, I'm side ass. Holy shit.
It's not that.
I named side X. Oh, ouch. Ow. We cannot submit that to Will It Kill,
You
because
can't.
that's just a single hit.
So, so what her, when she has a soul out, she can teleport to it with her, down-up charge moves, and then she can consume it with her down-back charge moves. One's a mid,
Alright.
one's a low. And, I was thinking about adding one that, like, if you hit it with a close-up special, like, she does, like, the Gartaro or something, it, like, makes it do a lot of damage, but that's not in the game yet. So, And then of course you can hit her the souls with any of her sword, like her strong punches, and it shoots out a projectile.
That's what I was gonna say would be a cool idea, so I'm glad that it does do that.
Indeed.
I'm also a big fan of the fact that the shirt just says death on it. I think that's awesome. Ow!
I forget what this one does.
Set play, but not really. Fake set
has
play.
one
Oh
of
wait,
those,
wait, that was old. That was old wall bounce. What? That didn't. It didn't base it off the distance. It just kind of did.
I actually learned recently that decibels are sometimes called dBc, and I'm wondering if we should just put like a lowercase d in front of like the little battery thing he has, just to make a little inside joke for like audio designers who will never play this game.
But the decibels.
Decibels is sound though.
Yeah, decibels is sound waves, not like electricity. Not electricity.
Oh, sound waves are recorded through electrical components too.
That's a real weird stretch of a joke.
Yes, it is.
Goliath would be a sound designer though. He would get it.
Oh god.
Goliath just goes
Get
into
him.
society and gets a job
Get
as
him.
a sound designer.
Get him! I'm a zoner!
Oh jeez.
I don't think.
Hmm?
Leave me
When
alone.
you're Spider-Man, you don't think.
Oh god.
Stop that, please!
Huh?
Alright. Alright, I think I need to start at the start. The basics.
Start at the start, yes.
That one's the that's the bastard one apparently.
What, this is the strongest one?
Oh yeah, it's the only one we've tested.
Fair
We were
enough.
there.
Yeah, I don't think that. Were there even any others yet?
Nah, at the time, no.
Yeah. Oh, I DP'd! I don't think it worked. I think I just got strong punch.
You hit an armored move. I'm sorry.
What? What? I was in the air. What? Why was I on the ground? I did my dive kick and I got kicked in the face and I just started standing.
Ooh. What? Wow.
Ow! No! Stop that.
Remember this one that has EX moves where she can teleport.
Yeah.
Teleport!
Oh my god.
I actually kind of got cheeky. But BIOS part 1.
Uh-oh. Why does this keep happening? Get over.
Okay, I only got cheeky in like that one Twitter post explaining it, but I actually put teleport in like parentheses.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Shh. My god.
Ow.
You're killing me here.
Wait, doesn't she have a wall jump?
Yep.
Yes.
Ah. Well, I tried it. I might have telegraphed my intention.
It's true.
What if Wallace had a wall jump?
I
It'd be
mean,
a
I
Wallace
think.
jump.
Yeah. I think he really would. I feel like he would just be able to. Like, it's not really
In
like.
real life. Because he's so big. Like, you can imagine the Hulk doing something like that, but...
Exactly. I mean, Wallace is like Hulk, but a serial killer.
Yes.
Oh god.
Also, that didn't make me roll. That ability still confuses me to this day, because I don't know what it's supposed to do. Does it
And
not
he's
roll
also-
you? Does it roll you?
The light kick one doesn't roll you, the heavy kick one does.
That's... Very specific.
I mean, otherwise it wouldn't do anything different, so...
I don't disagree.
If you want them to fall, then you do the heavy one. If you want them to be standing, which is good for certain player counter chains. And
Wait,
also
so
things
does
like...
that... Is it supposed to, like, go through you, though, or is that just funky?
That's just, yeah, that's just Mugen being funky.
Ow! Wow, I've never heard that voice line before, is that new?
No.
He really was just feeling it when that scuba.
Yeah, I've actually... CC still needs new voice lines, I realized.
Yeah, that was a cool...
For a few moves. Admittedly, I feel like I've been, like, behind on, like, a lot of stuff, but
Jeez.
we're really not, like, behind, per se. We have, like, a lot of time on our hands.
Indeed.
Yeah, saying
I
you're
guess
behind...
it was just, like, I was just feeling, like, kind of poopy about my own project, so I'm like...
Saying you're behind when you don't really have, like, a necessary, like, schedule. It's like, there's not really, like, a specific time that you guys want anything to come out, right?
Nah, it's just, like, when we have everything, like, ready to present, we just, like, drop it, really.
It didn't even Oki.
Oh.
Wait, actually, she could probably fuzzy guard break you with that, like, jump light kick, depending on how low it hits. It seems to be funky, so I'm not sure.
Oh, here we go.
There's the L side Rooper.
Invisible beams.
Ow. Ow.
As an aside, I wasn't expecting ARPA's secret side project character to directly, like, respond to the dialogue that I wrote.
How am I alive? The answer is I'm not. Oh man, I just had a heart attack.
You pointed a gun at me. They pointed a gun at me, and I'm just fucking... I'm dead.
Yeah, I died from shock. Wait, okay, that one did not look like a hitbox that would normally exist.
No, you jumped into it or something. You just got, like, restanded.
Interesting.
Because it was just a sideways laser. Oh.
Ouch.
Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone noticed that didn't used to tumble, now it does.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was just a flat knockdown. It just looked kind of weird now, compared to all the other shit that we have.
Get him.
Oh. Yeah, that looks super weird. It doesn't knock down. But I think that was gonna work. Gotta DP that.
Yeah. The thing is that I think it could have worked, but you might have died as well. Ow.
Zone. Oh god.
Oh yeah, I have been thinking a little bit about Lucy because she's next on the creation block, even though that, like, I'll probably get started with her in, like, April? Probably.
What are we gonna do with the rest of the month?
It either might have been, like, miscellaneous work, like, finishing Necros' stage proper, or, like, getting, like, the rest of her moves, depending on, like, how soon we cook up ideas.
Yeah.
Like, part of me was tempted to just, like, work off of, like, what we pitch, but I didn't want to, like, sprite something and then it, like, won't be used.
Yes, please, for the love of God, stop worrying about Necros. I'm sorry. It is going to be fine. We're just going to get to it when we can. Like,
right.
It isn't just a thing that I've been ignoring because I want to, like, make things difficult. It's because I have not had the time based on all the bullshit that's been going on, to actually work on
I
this
understand.
character. So,
I understand. So I'm just gonna have to, finish Emmy's stage, finish Necros' stage, and then, like, see how much Lucy I could get done before February ends. At a reasonable pace, mind you.
of course.
Yes.
I do feel like Wake Up DP in this game doesn't seem to work as well as it should.
The thing is that I don't know. I think it works well if you're not in a hard knockdown. But if you are in a hard knockdown,
because I immediately was just like,
way
I'm
worse.
gonna do DP on Wake Up, and then you just grab me, and it's just like, why?
Yeah, the thing is that there's no real buffer for the DP. You'd have to make it where there would be more of like a chance for you to like buffer it during the getting up animation, I think. Because for me at least, it feels like I have to do it while I'm still vulnerable, basically.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I don't really know how you could improve that necessarily unless you could make something in the getting up states themselves that basically say, hey, if I'm doing the command, please let me DP whenever I'm done. I don't know.
You know, I might have to just like make an extended buffer or something. Because it's supposed to have like a 4-frame buffer or something,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel like it does.
For the most part, especially if you're in a hard knockdown, you're just not gonna get your DP out. Which is why I kind of lost a par in that game. Because...
Yeah, I had the same problem where I was like, I had Baxter, so I had charge DP, but I was still getting like knocked out. I was still just getting hit instead of beating the anti-air. Or, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like... You just kind of kept doing the cross-up over and over again. And I wanted to stop it so that he wouldn't just keep having pressure, but I couldn't stop it because I couldn't DP ever.
Yeah. There was
So
also
it's like
a weird thing between, I think I mentioned this already, where like there was that tactic, the using the dash as a cross up, and then also the side SG thing.
yeah, the side SG thing where it's just free guard damage.
It felt weird, like it's like, man, like the whole sweep hard knockdown thing is kind of turning out. It
Way
feels kind of
stronger.
wrong. Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, why would you ever want to do anything like interesting when you could just hard knockdown and your opponent has to respect whatever you do?
Yeah, I would say the thing is though is that if you make sweep not a hard knockdown, then it returns to its semi-useless state.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's one of those things that's hard to balance. I would say potentially, I don't know.
I think
The
my
only
best suggestion was just to reduce the amount of time that you're knocked down, so that like
on hard knockdown specifically.
yeah.
Because there's not very many of those.
Yep. Oh my god, hold on.
What?
That makes no sense! Shit! Oh,
What's wrong?
the Terry's forward throw.
Oh, because I teleport?
Yeah, it does the block animation, or the guard break animation, but hers is her turning invisible, so it just looks stupid.
Oops.
Oh. Ow. Ow. No. I think for the most part, sweep is turning out to be too strong.
Yeah.
Just in the fact that, like, too many characters have moves that they can force you to block that are just too good for that.
Right.
Like, Oki would have to be weaker for that hard knockdown time to make sense, but Oki's pretty dang good in this game, so...
It's a long way from this game as no Oki.
Yeah, I think it's because you've basically every side, at least one of every character's sides gives them like some sort of Oki, like set play. Every side
guess I
has
could-
like a hybrid set play character.
What? I forgot. I forget how everyone's combos works.
Wait, I have a command grab?
Oh yeah. Only inside safe.
Is it like DP, right?
Yes, DP kick.
Okay. I already forgot.
Yeah,
Ow. Oh god.
Ready? Be on your guard. Roll bright.
I die so easily.
Ready? Be on your guard.
no, you must live.
Shrimps.
I tried the EX twice. Both of them were just regular.
Hmm.
I think I'm just not very good at pressing 2 buttons.
There's a there is a for window for those. So it's 2 frames.
Yeah.
But it should still be enough.
That's pretty normal.
All right. Let's fight like gents.
Also, based color. Ow! Well, I was a big fan of the Pride palette colors.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I still need the pride colors for the other band members. Whoa!
I posted that like
Did you?
6 days ago.
What's going on?
I understand. It's in Paint Shop Pro. It's not hard to find.
Ouch.
Oh, Kue cooking. She's cooking.
I am shrimp rice right now.
You fought well.
It's Isabella that says shrimp, and Sherm that says syrup.
Syrup?
That's why I drew them like having an argument and like fucking like Sherm has like a bottle of syrup and Isabella has like a shrimp.
I don't remember this.
I need to find it again.
I forgot what my C-Tech was. I just was like, I'm gonna run up charge.
That's how you do it. Ain't the world's
I
best
think-
detective for nothing.
The thing is I think if I just slide and then do C-Tech, I would have enough time to then just do whatever I want,
Yeah.
which is kind of the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
that's
Battle-
savage.
Keep it clean. And break. Counter hit.
Ow.
Also, I
Why
cannot
did I draw?
play Sugumi without thinking that her command normal's on forward leg kick. Every time. Oh shit. I'm not going for that.
Fire. Counter. Counter.
Right.
Counter hit.
Ouch.
Also, cool new effects colors.
Give us a good show.
Yeah, actually, out of curiosity, how did you do that?
It uses maps in Ikemen, which are just variables that aren't called variable.
Yeah, I've used a couple of maps.
And basically, every time it uses one of those moves, unless it's like the character's only effect color, it sets the map to whatever the color's supposed to be. And then there are like 13 different preset colors, I think. And it just
Yeah.
it just does a whole bunch of code that's like, if it's this color, then make it that. And
Yeah, if like, I'm assuming you check like, oh, if blue value is above this, green value is above this, and red value is below this, choose this color or something.
that combo was sick, by
Wow.
the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that's how you do it though, right? Like if it,
No, it's just, yeah, if it's just set to FX color equals 10, for example, it just, whenever it runs the code to change their color, it just goes like, oh, it said, this one's red, and then 11's
Yeah.
orange, and then 12 is yellow, etc.
that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
So it just runs a whole bunch of different codes, but only one of them activates based on the color, but, so it's not like,
Keep it clean.
Elegant, but it works.
Yeah, the thing is that I thought it was way more witchcrafty. I thought you were using a map to like detect like the RGB value of like one of the, which that would be crazy if you could do that.
I mean, you could, but it would just be way too much effort. I just use a bunch of preset colors, and a lot of them are shared.
Yeah, a lot of characters have purple, yellow, blue.
Yeah, it's very rare that I've come across one that doesn't look exactly right, but it's like not enough to care. It'll be more precise in Game Maker because I'll actually use palettes there, but for now this is fine.
Ow, anti-air.
You even use this side as a gimmick. Which is, this side is way more of a zoner, I feel. Like you can kind of...
Yeah, I could agree with that. Ouch! Pain!
Give us a good show. Great.
Doink.
I wasn't sure if they should get the effects colors now that they would be, like, applied to, or whether they would get the burn effect that would apply their effects color. So,
I don't see why not. Other than like extra work.
yeah, wouldn't be too hard, so...
Do I have 2 level 2s, by the way?
You should have just had one.
Or sorry, 2 level 1.
Yes, you have an air one.
One is in the air.
It's the super version of the
That's-
projectile throw.
Yeah, I remember now.
Like the
I
only
just-
good air super in this game.
And then down back, 2 kicks is her level 3.
That's fun.
Which
That's
is
fun.
Frog.
Yeah, I can't believe you put a frog in this game, I'm so happy. It's definitely a top 3 animal for me.
And like Lee isn't a frog? Excuse?
We put 2 frogs.
Yeah, but you have double frog.
Yeah, double frog.
Oh, right, I'm dead side out.
Right after this one, I will have to disappear for a bit. But if things are still working, I can show back up later.
Yeah, sure.
Give us a good show. Great.
Doink. Oh, you can tech that. I thought that was a hard knockdown.
Oh no.
Thank God.
Yeah. Don't need
I thought it was kind of interesting that S-side Ajit is the only one that can, like, produce a hard knockdown by himself, like, with a non-sweep move.
I want to say there's others.
That's not a super either, by the way. Clarify, because a lot of supers like hard knockdown.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Because they're not even coded to work the same, so... I swear there was another one.
Can't really think of anyone, like...
Oh, well, Goliath side actually has one now.
Yeah, that's true.
And then...
Because he has the Stompy.
Yeah. I swear there was at least one more. Might have been Tyrannia? I think Power Slide is a hard knockdown. I might be wrong, though.
That might be a hard knockdown.
Okay.
But it seems to be very rare, and a lot of the times characters can't actually even combo into it. Like, Power Slide combos don't happen a lot.
No, not really.
So...
I think that was just a thing. That was a part of me, like, trying to make her better, because I think she was pretty bad at some point, so I was like, I don't know, this can hard knock down. So...
It's not really that... It's...
Yeah.
Her Oki is not very, like... It's not really that... It's just kind of general. She doesn't have any, like, special options out of it, really.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
For the record, Janice, I don't know if you noticed what I was going for there. I just decided that Necros Side C is at least, like, almost entirely finished. The only thing missing is, like, the Extended Arm Air special, and then the ground one is a little janky because you can kind of see the back end of her arm sometimes flipping through her. But other than that, like, she's pretty much ready to go, so I don't see a reason why we can't just have Side C in the update. Because we've done that before. We've had versions where we don't release Side S for a while, so...
I think that's a good compromise.
Yeah, so it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Side S Amy
That's
was
a really good choice.
like, Emmy was the one we just had all the ideas for right away, whereas Necros we didn't, so...
Isn't Lucy also another character where we kind of have, like, everything's, like, planned out, or at least an idea?
Yeah, like, there's a general idea with her Side S, and then Side L is, like, pretty much planned out. Whereas Side S, I'm gonna probably have to just see what the rest of her kit looks like first, but it's still, like, you know, Satsuki. Heavily armored Satsuki, that is.
Satsuki of the heavily armed variety. Oh, fucking, Cal didn't leave without saying goodbye, or maybe I just didn't parse it.
Well, I mean, he had to go. Get food.
Yeah, food and all that.
The effects look really nice.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, so... C-Techs are interesting.
I almost wanted to go on a tirade earlier about invisibility in fighting games, but that actually, like, really works. Just having, like, a brief moment of, I am gone, now where do you think I am?
That was a weird thing that happened with Murphyte, where I had downloaded the game, like, a day before they made an update. And, I was just going to play basically for the first time at that tournament. And so what I did was like, alright, I'll just, at least for one day, like, go into training mode, just try out the characters, and just see who has the moveset that I like. So I'm like, okay, this guy, he's just kind of a rushdown dude. I'll play him. And then they updated the game, and then when I went to go test it to make sure it was working during, like, the day of the tournament, I was like, wait, why is this dude turn invisible whenever he does his dash-in move? And it turns out that was a buff they gave him, where it's like, he just briefly turns invisible, he briefly stealths, whenever he does a bunch of his moves, while he has at least 1 meter. Even though he doesn't use the meter, he just, if he has the meter, he stealths. And it's actually, like, very interesting, because he has a jump grab, and if you can't see him, you don't know what he's doing. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it was just a weird, like, I just caught a buff, and, like, I thought it was a bug, and I was just like, wait, what the hell's going on? And it's like, oh no, he's actually, he's got something neat going on there.
Invisible spray.
I don't know if I didn't get to properly show off these two. So, you got make a soul, set on fire, if you knock down.
I caught some glimpses during you and Cal sets.
So what I'm thinking about doing is making it to where you can enhance this move using those level 2 effects.
Uh-huh.
So, like, if you hit the soul right here, it would power it up and probably actually launch for a combo starter.
Oh, that's nice.
Because right now I think Side S is actually kind of weak, and so I think I needed to, like, give it some unique flares. Yeah, so having that as a... can still teleport to it, if you do both buttons. With only those 2 specials. Yeah, I need to actually add a PAL effect for that as well, because you picked that up, but it's not very ceremonious. Don't know if you need the sound too.
Wanna know a little bit of trivia about Side S Emmy?
Sure.
I named the unique trait after, like, an old character idea that I had that I, like, got from V, Shinigami Oni, who was, like, this, evil spirit that was, like, tied to, like, a sword, and I just, like, did that as a little nod to, like, that old character idea. And I actually kind of, like, kept that piece of trivia on the down low, because, like, I thought, like, if I said that, then there would probably be a campaign to have, like, a unique Side S Emmy, like, we had for previous characters, Rosag or Evil Sherm.
Oh, right.
Like, Possessed Emmy or something like that fucking, that Big Bang Beat character that's just like the girl, but there's just like a old man spirit that's just on the stage following her,
No,
and you can make him explode.
I think we're pretty much done with those kind of extra characters. Like, I don't...
Yeah,
They were, like, a lot of fun to do, but we just don't need more of them.
I think what we got is satisfactory enough. There really isn't like anything else we could do with like these next upcoming characters anyways.
Yeah, there's very little in the way there that's viable. It's like you could do an alternate Terry, but you'd have to do like a lot of sprite editing. But yeah, no, we don't
Would
need any
do
of those.
NBC 3 mod thing and just change her palette and alternate her moveset. I mean, if we allow modding for that game, for this game, that could happen.
Well, I don't know about that. Just because I don't know the logistics of coding mod support. Look at this. Let's see.
Yeah. I just thought it would be funny if like Terry had like her stop sign super as like a special move.
Well, that would be the thing Cal was working on at some point. I'm sure he'll give her that.
What, Rivals of Aether Terry?
No, what the fuck was it? It was, I was making a joke edit of Battle Crates. With, like,
Oh.
there was a bunch of goofy shit.
Like a repainted thing?
Did you not see it?
No.
He was doing, oh god, I'm trying to remember what it was actually in it. 'Cause I
Fucking
remember-
sad collapsing our game.
No, it was a little bit like that, but it was mostly just like, hey, what if it was like Rainbow Edition almost.
Oh.
Like, not as crazy, but it was like, let's just do some funny stuff with it. I'm trying to remember what the fuck was in it. No, Bernie had like a new move, I think.
He doesn't need a new move.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing was to be funny. I think, God, I don't remember. It's been a while. Maybe he'll show it to us.
Yeah, like, if you ask him when he comes back, I will gladly watch that VOD.
So yeah, in terms of supers, I've got the two ideas for Side L, which is the triple overhead guitar smash, and then
Really? Full overhead guitar smash?
yeah, it's one of it's Cherry's alternate star move. So it's just like, fuck it, that'll be an alternate level one, and then level 2 would just be her default star move, which is the pyrotechnics
I can
one.
play guitar.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Drake bell.
From the strings?
This one I could do a lot with, actually. This side, I can... Because I feel like Amy has a lot of good stuff to work with. I had the idea for, like, the dive kick super. And then... some rain boost stuff. And Goliath needs another super. Necros needs the air version of her special.
Break.
In motion, that doesn't... I don't, like, see anything, like, amiss with that. But guess I have to, like, really look closely.
I remember if you hit it at a certain distance. Yeah, there we go.
Oh...
Yeah, I gotta do a whole bunch of, like... Although it actually looks like it's pretty good, I just have to make exception for the close range one, and then I think I'll be alright. Because it uses like 4 different versions of the sprite. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. If I remember correctly, I think the anti-air one is super goofy. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the new heavy fall effect. Let's see, where is it? Oh, that doesn't use it. That one looks really funky to me. I don't know about you. This one?
It just might be the timing. Honestly, like it just needs to be like faster. I feel.
Yeah, I suppose it does. Yeah. Oh yeah, that really reaches now.
Hooey!
Oh, but yep. So she's looking pretty good. Emmy seems really. Side C seems really strong. Side L, well, I haven't actually played it at. Kyle wasn't using half her moves, so we have to actually see what that one's like. But
That definitely looks obnoxious.
yeah. Try that again. Oh yeah, the way it. There we go. Downside is, of course, the opponent can just, I don't know. Oof.
Anti-air,
Yeah.
carry, do the fucking funny palm.
Yeah.
We still need a character that has Iori's taco.
Do
Oh
we-
yeah, right. I was gonna get that to Joulet. That sounds perfect for her.
Yeah, so. That's your reversal. That caused hail.
Just like Streets of Rage and any other beat 'em up.
Indeed.
Any other punch 'em up funny.
I don't even know when I'm canceling that. I don't need to. Oh yeah, there was the log thing.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to sprite a log. And probably some other funny things like a tanuki.
And then Bernie will pull one of them out of his pocket.
When did I get a log? Oh shit, log. We definitely have like a cavalcade of like random objects we could also put into that like teleport or Bernie's pocket.
Indeed.
Wallace's hat. He could pull Wallace's hat out of his jacket. He could pull out Wallace's jacket.
Oh, that would be weird. Be all stiff.
Maybe his secret Wimpos could just have him like pull out random shit from his pockets and it just like all stack up on the screen and start to make the game chug.
knockdown, and suddenly you have to be like, oh, where's she gonna hit me from? Actually, can I cross up? Oh yeah, of course I can.
Cross counter.
So what I should probably do... Maybe have enough time to, get a low, but not enough time to, like, set up the ridiculous stuff. I feel bad, because I feel like I'm just nerfing everything that was being used at the tournament, but, like, I would like to think that we agree that they were not things that we want.
I guess that's true.
So... Let's stop recording.
Cool character.
Yeah?
I think for the most part, I kind of had this idea, I don't know if you would agree, but I think it would be cool if, like, in the S side, with the charge back forward specials, if she could cancel those into the flame. Or something.
Into the... I mean...
Deck.
Say
Like,
again?
so you do it, and then on hit, you could, like, C-Tech, and then they would, like... Because you can special cancel C-Tech, but I think it would be cool if you could, like, go from some of her specials into the C-Tech as well.
Oh, I see.
That might be cool. Alternatively, it would also be cool if it could work on the DP. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about adding it for the DP can be enhanced by when it would maybe start a juggle,
Yeah.
which would be good, because I think Side F needs a little more souls.
Yeah, for the most part, like, it's a good idea, but so far it feels just slightly hollow. Like, I think it's got some cool stuff, but it seems so situational. I think it would be cool if there's, like, more situations in which those things actually happened. Which is why I think, like, letting the flames happen more often would be a good idea.
Oh!
That looks so dumb. Is that rare win pose? That's cool.
I don't know if that was lag or if it was just aiming weird.
Yeah, I can tell. Ow! That's not exactly what I wanted. That's alright. I'll just die.
Oh, I got funny ass punches instead of what I wanted.
Yeah. I'm sure you're probably aware, but I had done air throw on accident, or like I was just testing the air throw, and I soft locked myself. Because it's not there. It's Bernie's, but then I never come back down.
I forgot to finish her throw. I totally blinked on that. I never coded that.
Oh! Ow.
The world is a revolver round.
So yeah, I will try to not air throw so I don't ruin the game.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, you can't do that in this version? That might be it. Can't do like... Because I was just doing L side, and you could go forward LK into, the projectile, the air projectile.
Oh, that's only if you get the non-fast version.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How am I getting that command? Oof.
Doink. It does seem though that these win poses take longer than normal.
That's because it's supposed
That
to,
might be
it's
an
giving
issue.
time for the other people to show up, but I haven't animated that yet. So that's just more stuff that needs to be finished.
Yeah.
Keep it clean. And drink. Dire counter.
What if I don't want to? Come here.
Where's my throw?
Ow.
Down. Give us a good show. Break. Counter hit. Counter. Counter.
Where the fuck are my throws? Holy shit.
Ow. I also have potentially a weird idea for
Dire counter.
her command throw, because I noticed that the heavy and light do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe the heavy one could do the animation, but just you throw them like behind you, so you could have a side switching throw. That might be pretty cool.
I'm allowed to.
Well, it doesn't matter because you won, and I'm dead. Also, is that Necros
What's that?
buried in the ground?
Oh, what? Oh, it is. Yeah, that's right.
Heavy.
Forgot about that too.
Ajit. Battle.
Like a tiger.
Keep it clean. And break.
Ouch. Oh boy.
Counter hit.
Should probably ping T, see if he wants to give me info.
Yeah. I think she feels. Oh my gosh. The hell was happens? I would say for the most part she feels pretty good. If not like slightly obnoxious, but
Yeah.
to be fair, that's every fast character. So it's like it's hard to not make it like not annoying.
She's also, like, decidedly very brittle.
Yeah. I mean, it's just evil Sturm with more mobility and less damage, is what it really is.
Yeah, I think the main problem is I think once we fix, like, what's going on with our Oki, she'll be a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, because right now, like, the thing is that basically the way that hard knockdowns work in this game is that most of the time it's like hard knockdown, okay, I have to kind of guess my opponent's defensive option. You do not have to do this in this game. You just... The second your opponent is in hard knockdown, you're just kind of, okay, well, block this. And it, like, granted, it's not necessarily hard to block, more that it's just not very fair that they don't have any option out.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I don't know if this is a bug, I might have just been stupid, but I did try to Craze cancel that DP on whiff and nothing happened.
Oh, yeah, there might have been a thing for that. We'll see.
So,
I could have sworn that I've done it before.
that, again, that minor thing might not have, I don't know. But I just pressed it at like the apex of my thing, and I did not Craze.
No time
I
to
will
talk
definitely look
about
into it.
Instead, let's thrash it out.
Keep it
And
clean.
then also the hard knockdown stuff will also probably make certain characters way less like it'll make certain characters like zoners less annoying too.
Yeah,
It'll balance out like probably Jane and Bernie a lot since they have like really crazy sweeps that are also super useful.
oh yeah, that's true.
Because both of those characters kind of really like to just poke at you with sweep. because it's pretty high reward for both of them. Because Jane, it's like, well, I get to throw fireballs, and for Bernie, it's wow, I get to pick you up off the ground.
You
So
first rat.
it's pretty, it's a bit crazy.
Give us a good show.
So making it slightly less crazy. I mean, it'll be kind of an indirect nerf to Bernie specifically because he has a passive that like works around it.
Right.
But it's like giving you a little bit less time to pick your opponent up off the ground really isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, as long as you know what you're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, it's just harder to confirm from certain situations is all. Ow!
Down and out.
Guess I won when it comes to blows.
I do feel bad when I was talking about all the nerfs. I was also talking about the fact that I did nerf Jane a little bit, and then you can't Tiger Knee the fireball anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was just way better.
You had talked about that. It was like you had a height limit on it because yeah, every projectile has that. Yeah, every projectile that like is airborne. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming not every height limit is built the same.
No, they're not. Like Jane's actually pretty good,
Yeah.
but it still was like a little weird that she had a ground projectile, but the air one was just better.
Yeah, for the most part, the grounded one was only used for charging, and that was it, like, the charge version.
Right in the shin.
I hate that, like, I just pressed down, and half the time I accidentally pressed down back. I'm like, whoops, well.
Let's get more win quotes against her.
Heavy.
Or more win quotes because they have ones against her.
Faster.
There's just more writing in the game.
If you had all the
I
ground,
love words.
you wouldn't approach me. But
Words are
Keep
great.
it clean. And
I mean, words are how coding's possible, so.
It's true.
Ow. Wow. That's right, I have motions. I really think that it's a funny, like, at this point it's just funny to make every, like, charge character a motion character in one of their sides. Cause it really just is like, okay, you don't like charge characters, fine. Here you go. Hello. Ow. This is a good character.
Got the internet thing figured out?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It might screw up again, but...
give us a good
Yeah.
show.
Don't ask me what I did, because I don't really know myself. I'm not even 100% what I did is what I did. Like, what fixed it, but...
Whoops. Ow. Suffering. My health.
Jeez.
I tried to. That was a dive kick, but I just got a regular kick. Ouch.
So, Seidel, she has a new air special. She has a new air command normal.
Yeah, it's down plus heavy kick.
And
you can hold. Is it during command throw dive kick in the command normal that you can hold like up and it like moves you around, or?
during the new special, it's like a throw.
Okay.
And if you hold up or press kick, she kicks off of them. But if you let it rock, then it's just a throw.
It's just throw, which I can appreciate.
Keep it clean.
I think this might be one of my favorite colors. It's pretty cool.
I like it because it's just one of her friends' palettes. That's why
Yeah, like,
yeah.
but it is a nice look.
Jeez.
I like the hair and the jacket a lot. I think SI to G, if we do another tier list, by the way, SI to G has to go up, right?
Yeah, I believe that.
He's pretty nuts.
He's nuts, but he's also got like a range problem.
Yeah, he's not broken. It's just he's definitely like a high tier character if we didn't put him at high tier before.
Right, yeah.
I'm dead. Oh, I'm crying. That was a great hurt spray.
Give us a good show.
The thing is that I don't think I know what I'm doing in this version, but that's alright.
You'll figure it out.
She has an air C-Tech as well,
Oh, that's right.
8 directions, and then the forward C-Tech, that starts a combo, or can extend a combo. It's just nuts, but it can make us health, so.
Yeah, which I'm not having a lot of. Ah! That was like my one trick. Come here.
Oh, she needs to get it during throws, too. That's something I need to do.
This one's definitely the one that's just like, hey man, just start jumping. Ow. Like,
Making me sleepy.
this one's. I think this one might be. In my head, this one is probably the best one, but it's also probably the hardest one.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say, it's basically side S on side L. In the sense that, like, it is the gimmicky one, but,
it's the one that's the most laser focused on an idea.
yeah.
Ouchie. Die. Oh my god.
That lie down spray is great.
Yeah, I'm flat. Although it looks like the sword disappeared, but that might just be me. Like the actual, like it's just a hilt. Come here. Bonk.
I don't remember what the data is on the forward C-Tech.
It's like 22 frames.
Oh god.
Yeah, look at that. That's why I think this side is kind of theoretically the best, because there is no way in hell that you were blocking that. Like,
You can, like, dash out of it, basically. Like, I think that's basically what I've determined is the thing you can do, is, like, you can just sort of dash out if you anticipate it, but you have to see it
yeah,
coming.
you can backdash, but then also you have to kind of guess what's, like, because even then, it puts you in no, like, it puts Emmy in no risk to do this. Like,
True, unless you've got a really good anti-air, but yeah,
I am glad that I cannot, do it on block, like Chun kicks.
Oh, yeah, no.
Although that would be funny, but Chun is so much more restrictive than that, so... Oh, that... That's really funny. Oh, you got me. I was trying to do a little bit of trickery. Yeah, that's a lot. Ajit, I think the number you're looking for is 3. The next number after 2 is not 1 again. That would be actually ridiculously hilarious if it actually counted up every time you did it. That would be so, like, it would be so BM for the opponent to count how many times they've whipped you.
Oh, I gotta remember what this dude does. It's really fun. What am I doing?
What?
Sure.
I got. No.
Do we keep that? Do we keep that?
No. I can't believe
That was-
this game.
That was probably like, it's literally, you probably drew like 1 too many pixels.
Yeah.
Making me sleepy.
I still think the most ridiculous instance of that ever happening is definitely on Wallace, whenever you just were able to run in behind him and then he would grab you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Sagumi would just run at him and then gotcha, and then he killed you. He was like, wow, because then also he used to do like way more damage.
Apparently
can't believe-
they have all Reaper and a cheat.
Yeah, you have gotten quite a bit of a cheat actually.
Hello, cat.
This, I do want to say that this side is actually just kind of Isabella but different to me.
Oh, yeah?
A little bit. Not like to say they have a whole lot of overlap, but it's more just like neutral based. Ow!
I don't know if you noticed what I
And
did
also I
there,
have a
but
blue
I
cow.
actually comboed into throw. Because, I don't know,
Yeah.
why not?
Give us a good show.
I just decided why not, who cares?
I think it's funny you'll let us combo into everything, but you won't let us special to super.
That would completely change the dynamic of the game. I don't know.
I'm not so sure. It would just be a little bit more damage on confirms. Unless there's like any... I mean, there's so many like things. There's probably one thing that would be crazy. I guess also it depends on like if it's annoying to do. I would say like yeah, I'm not gonna really advocate for it that much. So you said I could teleport to the flame or no?
If you do the charge down up specials and you hit both buttons,
Oh. So is it EX or is it just...
it's free as long as you have a solo.
Okay. So, I guess the main thing is that the only move like that, or is there other moves? Oh,
It's the overhead kick and the DP. Because she does like the charge
Oh.
DP in this form. Okay.
so I teleport to it. Ow.
You wanted to see my power.
Oh, does this creeper have this secret one?
He has something, but he didn't.
Okay.
I didn't do anything like really special. I just gave him something kind of quick.
Ah.
You really want to interrupt my
Whoa,
work?
guy.
She's just like, whoa.
Whoa. Why is there a fourth wall break? I can't handle this, man. I can't believe that. Honestly, it would be really funny if like, oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Probably should have had dire state, but it wasn't. That's.
I can't believe you just gave me Sagat, by the way. I could shoot low and high fireballs. Which actually, is that the first character to have low fireballs? Like, I'm actually trying to think.
I mean, they're not technically low.
But it's like they're low angle.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the fact that Akue and Isabella have ground projectiles. Yeah.
But it's like, I mean that like it's like I
Why
have
you're not
both.
Right.
Like I have both a high and a low one. I don't think any character has a high and a low one. I'm so good. I am very glad though that the idea to have like the quick get up via teleport was not done though. It would have been funny, but I don't think it would have been very fun.
Oh yeah. So to answer your question though, that isn't really a different fireball because they're both at the same height.
Oh, are they actually?
I think they are.
That's fun. Wait, it works on air moves? Wait, that's so cool.
Oh,
I didn't.
If you hold up during the soul summon, you'll put in the air. Like C-Tech and then press up.
Oh.
You can just tap
And
or
it,
whatever.
yeah. But I didn't know that my jumping attack did that.
Oh yeah.
Although, oh god. Unfortunately, I'm not at the place with good Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a little bit more choppy than I would like. Although, in the move list, it does say you can summon it in the air, and I cannot. So,
Oh,
I
that's
don't
a
know if
mistake.
that's...
I think I was going to propose that, and then it just didn't happen. And I decided
Yeah,
it's-
although I do think it would be cool, but yeah, it's just whatever. The main thing is that I think this version is very cool, it's just not done.
Yeah. Mostly done, but yeah, there's mostly just a couple of touches.
Yeah, because it really feels like it's just too situational, like, to actually be able to combo with it. One thing, I don't know if it would be too strong to suggest, but basically, boundary. If you get what I mean, where it just Craze can't, cancel,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
summon a flame. I think that might be interesting.
Yeah, could do that.
We'll have to keep
Because
looking.
I would say Boundaries Portal is like way stronger than this flame.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I was thinking
And
about having a special where she just teleports, and that's it.
Yeah, just a teleport special would also be nice. I can't lie. Like down, down, punch or something would be cool.
I might do that instead of the teleport specials because they feel a little weird in this side.
Yeah, you're not really gonna teleport P.
Yeah, it's a little specific, so yeah, maybe just... And then, yeah, I'll add a
you can
DP, like an empowered DP, and then the kick one can say the same because it's, like, not using the blade, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then I think just adding more times where the fire can come out, because it's cool that like I've got different angles on my fire, but it only happens in neutral basically.
Yeah.
Because I tried to lab it out. There's not really very many there's not very many times where you can exactly like summon the fire like in a combo or anything.
Oh, yeah.
So, not like you need it, but it kind of means that the combo opportunities are... Wow, that autocorrect. It means the combo opportunities are a little bit more limited than I would have hoped.
I thought I dropped that combo like twice. How the fuck?
You just linked, man.
Yeah, Bernie's just that good.
I like fat fingered it, and I'm like, oh, it's still going. Okay.
I was trying to... You fool. You die for treason. Isabella. That is like the Isabella move, specifically. Like that one. Isabella has like that exact same move. It's just not a charge move.
So the idea was that she would actually be a zoner. Like that was, I remember discussing like I just wanted to try to make a side that like for a character that wasn't a zoner into a zoner, and it didn't really turn out that way. But it's.
I mean, I think it's more just well-rounded than zoner, which I think is fine. I mean, turning a rushdown oriented character into more set play / like giving like the character more set play and zoning full screen options at the cost of having to manage a resource is always a plus in my book. Whip punch. Owie. Suffer.
They're down for a long time. Holy shit.
Ow.
Did not expect that much downtime.
Yeah, I lay down for a long time.
That might have been normal recovery instead of hard recovery. Because that seemed unusual.
It might have been a little unusual.
I actually don't know if you can low profile that fireball, which is a problem because
That's the whole point of low profile.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if you want to do that, but you could actually make it like a real low tiger shot, so it like actually is super low, but it also like basically is the easiest thing to jump over.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea just for like the crouching normal. It would actually place it lower.
It would actually like make sense, because to me it feels kind of weird that you can do it with the crouching one, but it's not special. It's just kind of the same.
Dumbass.
Because I think it just places it's created at the place of the soul instead of where the blade hits it. So
Yeah, which makes sense like from a coding perspective, but from a gameplay perspective, you would expect it to be slightly different.
yeah, for sure. Some of that stuff I just don't really think about until we actually get into it. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Which is, yeah, that's why testing is a thing that you should do.
That's why I've been really missing this, because I feel like these characters are not complete until we actually, like, try them out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ow. Which, I've been enjoying all the characters, so...
That's good.
I've enjoyed all the characters, period, except for Isabella, because that's just really not my thing.
It's amazing that we've done that well, honestly.
Yeah, but also, I would say I'm a little bit more open-minded than your average fighting player, maybe? I don't know. I've met a couple people that refuse to play like anything but like, oh, I only play like all-rounders, like Shoto types. Or like, I only play Rushdown. So I don't know. I'm pretty flexible. I've played quite a few of the characters, which I think is kind of why I am a decent tester, because I can play a couple of characters.
Right, yeah.
And it's not just, oh man, well, it's not a grappler, so I don't know, I'm not gonna play him, or something.
I think that's something that me, you, and T have, is that we're all very willing to play characters.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
I really...
Like, T plays Cliff in Plus R, so I think he's a pretty good tester, all things considered.
I really didn't see myself playing Jane ever, but actually turned into one of my favorite characters. Although she's turned into my least favorite character to fight, but that's not really her fault. It's more a couple of things in particular. Mostly being Pumpkin. That's why. Why did you say that?
I forgot about this, actually.
Like, essentially, it's mostly the fact that her regular / back pumpkin toss is really fast recovering, and oh, you can't hit anyone. You're good. Thank God. That was the other thing I was gonna mention.
Yeah. I don't think because I don't think the fast pumpkin is a bad thing. Like, that was the thing that I did like deliberately, because it was like really kind of bad when it was slow.
My problem is that I don't think it has to be slow. I think you should just add like 3 or so frames of recovery, because I really don't think strong kick into it on block should be plus, you know? Like, that was kind of... It is! Unless you changed it, also you low crush with the funny. That was whenever, like, T was like, I'm not sure, and then I said, oh yeah, if you do strong kick into it on block, it's +1. And then he was like, oh yeah, no, we should make it a little bit worse. It might have changed. Since
no, that hasn't changed yet, so...
Yeah, it's probably still +1 then, which is kind of the problem I have. It's like, yeah, plus frames are pretty rare to obtain. I don't think she should have it off of a special cancel.
To be fair, no, like, everything's plus on hit, so like, and that's...
Well, yeah, it's fine on hit. It's more just on block, I think, is more of an issue.
Yeah. Because it depends on if you're saying +1 on hit or on block. If it's +1 on block, that's a problem.
It's plus on hit, which is fine. It's plus on block that I think is the issue.
Yeah.
I would say just give it... It doesn't even have to be minus. You could at least just make it 0, and I think that would help.
Hey. Bum bum bum! But not the body part!
Best Cliff NA is finally here.
You know what? It's not me, but I feel like I'm very closely approaching. It's really exciting.
I tried the Craze cancel again, and nothing happened when I missed.
But I actually think if you ask Mono, he would say it depends on the day.
It's probably a bug, yeah. Probably an oversight in
it's probably like... It's probably thinking, oh, it's on hit or something. Or it's on block, I mean. Sorry.
Which is weird that I'm apparently a good player in Plus I now, but that's just... It's kind of happened in a year.
It's pretty cool though.
It is, when you find a character that really...
That you vibe with. Oh, I messed up my combo. Whoops.
Oh, hey, did you get your IP situation worked out for like or?
For the
Maybe.
time being.
Okay, what happened?
Don't ask.
Well, you don't even know, I bet, right?
No. Not even remotely. I did a whole bunch of stuff today, and one of them fixed it, so...
So it could have been any one of those things, or all of them together, right?
Yeah, because I did several things, and then it seemed like nothing changed, but then, like, you give it time, and suddenly the router's like, oh, by the way, your IP's different now. It's like, okay.
Thanks,
well,
man.
Alright.
So, and then there's the opportunity for it to just fuck up again, because this was fixed before. Like, I connected to ARPA once after having this issue, and then it just broke again, so...
Cat, why are you crying? What's going on?
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm in your walls.
That's the next Battle Craze DLC, actually, the Intruder.
Yeah, honestly, can we please have an S-side allow the, like, character to, like, swim, like, through the ground? I want to see it, like, please. I want a character to swim on the ceiling.
That's definitely gotta be Shift, because only he can do that.
We should take the Among Us character from the carry stage and make it a real character.
Ow. Suffering.
Funny that
Like-
that was drawn up before Among Us, and now it's just, like
And now it is.
permanently associated with it.
Honestly,
It's
I
really funny.
really do think, like, Shift, like, in my head, Shift would be kind of like Faust-like, right?
Definitely.
What, kind of obnoxious?
Yeah, probably.
I was thinking Fawn,
little
but I think it's mostly because he has poison, apparently.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of characters are kind of, like, inspired by multiple things.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
both of those things would be cool.
Faust has poison and plus iron.
He could be a weird...
What?
Fog. What?
That was, like, a crazy turnaround.
Nice cross
But I do think, like, genuine, this is not a joke, like, I want, like, a combination of basically, like, Baxter's wall run and, like, the CC sync, but you can just do it on any plane of the stage, so you can do it on the ground, the wall, or the ceiling.
So you could sink into the
Swim.
wall?
Yeah, like, he could, like, swim through the wall.
Oh, you can give him the Arakune thing where you can just leave the planet. Because
Exactly.
Arakune and BlazBlue, you can actually just straight up, like, ace million. It's not as fast, and it's easy to call out if you're paying attention, but you can use it. It's really funny.
Ouch.
Wow.
Actually, that shouldn't be dire. Oh, for God's sake,
That's me calling
I had
you.
a feeling it would be this way.
That's me from calling into.
Yeah, I'm calling from inside your house.
I am in your walls.
Hey, Bree, did you see the latest Cliff moment of triumph?
Which one was that?
When I 6P'd Eddie 2S?
Yes! Yes!
Hano
Still
picked
not-
my color by accident and did like a bunch of mean things. Did you see that? I'm gonna put it in the locker room so you can look at the
Please do.
things that he did with my color. Are you stuck going into work, Alexa, or no?
Suffering. Ow!
This clip is sickening.
Really need a
Alright.
character that literally just is Cliff.
Making me
I mean, we already kind of have one in Knucklebusters, but you know.
I hope I wasn't responsible for that.
No, you kind of were, but it's good because that's funny.
Oh, good. I mean,
Yeah.
I got gold bursts added to a Roblox game by proxy of the things I posted on Twitter, reaching somebody that played that game, and then they got the creator to put in gold bursts, and from what they have told me, they are horrendously evil in that game, and I'm just like, so I've just literally ruined some Roblox fighting game for like a bunch of kids. I have to think about that every day of my life.
You did an amazing service for those kids. Now they can know.
They can say their first racial slur in response to a fighting game. I'm very proud of those kids.
You can make them extremely upset. Alright, so I'm going to do the thing that zoners do against grapplers and not let you
Wait,
play.
Is Emily
Wait.
Side a zoner?
Not really.
kind of.
I mean, it's more, I would say it's more akin to Shoto, but I can just kind of throw a couple projectiles.
Oh, she's got like the Guile V-skill thing. I've always thought that was neat. Where you can like buff your projectile by adding some startup.
Oh,
With
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm guessing you made the throw change too. Cast wide with the throw startup.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They're all
And-
frame 2.
Did you change like the
Wait, they're
frames on,
frame
like-
2 now?
Oh, I think he means frame 3.
Frame 3, yes.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, wow, you can punish -3 moves now?
No, make them frame 0.
Well, no, you can punish -3 moves now with throws. You have to be frame perfect, but you can.
Yeah, but I think it's easier to mash one button than it is to mash like a special. Like, because theoretically you could do it with DPs, it was just not that easy.
Yeah, no, it
Wait,
just means that like certain moves that were really hard to punish before, you can actually punish them
It's-
easier.
Probably more consistent, yeah.
It doesn't change much, but it's good, I think. I don't know if you changed the frame data on any other moves though.
Not yet, no.
But basically anything that you want to be safe has to be -2 now. Like if you don't want
Yeah.
to throw punish at all.
Yeah. Which
I mean,
honestly,
depends
like,
on the
yeah,
depends on the pushback, I guess.
throw punishes are like so okay that like I'm not worried about them. It's like dire counters are the thing I was worried about because those are really powerful. But throw punishes are just like, yeah, that's good damage, but it's not great.
Yeah, this actually, because this means that now, like, there's a lot of moves you can punish with throw that you couldn't before, but the punish isn't as crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for the characters that did have 3 frame throws, because some of them did.
It's it doesn't count. It's not counting specials. It only counts as regulars. Oh Jesus Christ!
That's me again, sorry. From your walls.
He immediately cancelled the call. Okay.
Yep.
Good on him. Good on him.
That's because it's
Also,
me and your wall. I would not lie to you about this.
This might be a small pet peeve, but do you think you could maybe make the ones that go up instead of holding up after? Could you make them hold down during?
The Saurian? Oh, like
the up summons, like those.
yeah, I might just make it like boundary. I wasn't sure how good they were gonna be, so I didn't really want to commit to them.
Yeah,
But
too crazy.
yeah,
I feel like if you just make it hold down, it would just be easier because you don't have to like hold up after the fact or anything.
yeah.
And I don't see there being any way to make there a downward version, so I feel like because the holding down obviously in summoning them doesn't do anything, and I don't think you can make it do anything. So
Not really, no. Unless you really wanted it close to the ground. But
yeah, which would do nothing essentially because it's very close to the ground already.
T, there was there's been some developments. I don't know if you know about what happens, or the tournament thing that happens recently. A bunch of fighting game tournaments for a charity event, and Battle Craze was there. And Flynn hosted a Battle Craze tournament and some other stuff. There were some people pulling out some tech, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Oh no, what the...
Uh-oh.
It's mostly just sweep.
It's, yeah, apparently the meta in this game right now is do just a basic combo into sweep.
And it's way stronger if you just can. If you're a character like a Kue, you can just side switch, and you can't reversal it. It's just not like. Or if you're side S Ajit, just charge your palm, and your opponent has to block it. You can't reversal because it's just the reversal window is just not there. Like you would have to be inhuman to actually reversal
Can
out.
it work?
I've tried it a lot, and it never worked for me.
It's
and
really,
also has the same opinion that
it
it's just really
should-
difficult.
it should be working, but I was dealing with the Akue stuff in the tournament as
Yeah, in
Baxter,
tournament.
and like it was like, okay, I don't know if it's just the parsec bullshit, or if it's actually a problem because I just could not get a charge TP out. It's like that should not be a problem for me, but
Okay, so it's not an issue that the sweep hard knocks down, right? Like that's not the problem.
yeah, and
Or is
it's
it-
the problem is that like it didn't feel like there was enough time, like there wasn't a functioning. Either the buffer isn't working correctly,
Or the sweep knockdown is too long.
well, there's that where like it feels like you just get too much time during a sweep.
Yeah, I think
If
you
you-
could definitely.
I don't think you should be allowed to essentially fully charge Ajit's C-Tech
Yeah.
on S side, because that's free guard damage and it's like 0 on block.
Yeah, I think so. You should check to see if like you get that one frame of invincibility after getting up from a sweep that you normally get from like getting up on a get up.
So like I think you do. I think the problem is just it's that like that fucking Mugen thing where it's like you have control but you don't. So you might not actually be able to get the move out.
Oh yeah, well that's why there's that one frame there, right? Because it's on that one frame when you don't have control.
Yeah. I'll look into it. Like, it's one of the things I just have to double check.
It might just be that it's so long that it's fucking up the timing.
Yeah,
so, like,
it might be a good idea to reduce it regardless.
yeah, I think it should just be reduced.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe it doesn't have to be like reduced by a lot, but just maybe 5 less frames or so might be
I would
good.
say like 10? Because
It
it's quite a
depends.
bit.
Yeah. I think it's like 12. Like, it's gonna be a lot, but basically, the idea is to make it to where you can get, like, the easy stuff, like the low jab or the low kick or whatever to OTG, just fine. But you don't have just, like, free time to just do whatever.
Yeah. Because for the most part, most characters can do too much off of it. That also would, it'd also give more incentive to sweep airborne opponents, because it would give you more time. Because, like, they have to fall to the ground first. Which means that, like, if you actually want that, if you really want that extra time, you could sweep an airborne opponent, and it would probably work out for you better. I think it's funny that this S side feels so not gimmicky.
Yeah.
It actually feels like potentially even the simplest one.
There's a
which is
part of me
really
that's
good.
like, maybe I swap them around.
Yeah, maybe side C should be side S, to be honest.
Oh, side C is the default. Like, that's just.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, it's-
Side L should be side S.
Yeah, I think you could
Yeah.
flip side L and side S, because side L is very gimmicky with the amount of air specials and like bouncing off the opponent. And this one's honestly a little bit more basic in
I was
terms of
gonna
just.
say it's just the way purple health works.
Yeah.
Side L. I mean, like, that's inherently, like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's a very like weird. Side L or side S's are usually the ones that actually change like inherent character properties
Yeah,
like
side
that.
S Wallace literally has reverse wrist. It's really funny. He has reverse GG guard bar.
Get him. I thought that
sucks.
would reach.
Good job.
Its horizontal range might not be that good. Get him. Oh.
I just realized in a weird way, she's also unique in that she has a fireball that can't be dire countered.
Yeah. It's just a regular counter hit.
It's just a normal, yeah.
Although I do think that summoning the fire definitely should not be a dire counter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Okay.
I think that's been a philosophy for a long time at this point, right? To just not do that.
That was
like,
the
set
thing
up-
we changed. Like it used to be just like everything that was special. Or
Yeah,
C2.
but set up moves
Yeah.
that don't directly hit your opponent shouldn't be dire countered. I will say the knockdown fire feels very finicky. I don't know. Because to me it feels like there's not really a whole lot of opportunity to...
Oof. Yep, I tried to CC that.
Yeah, it's really broken. To me it feels like there's not a whole lot of times where you can use the knockdown fire because your opponent's gonna like back roll and then... Like I can do that, but that's about it. Though I guess I could try to, like, maybe try to teleport to it. That might be smarter. I'm not sure.
This is completely unrelated, but this cat picture has been haunting me for the whole day.
What?
Check locker room.
Yeah, I don't think I can test tonight because I can't be up too late, sadly, but I can at least pitch in on some feedback stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, by the way,
Why does this like, keep happening to me?
the hit parts look really good.
All or nothing.
Like, I thought I was gonna be a bit more nostalgic about the old ones, but no, these just look way better.
Yeah, these look really good.
They look very stylized.
I
The other
get,
ones
like,
did too, but
I guess
they're a little bit more futuristic, I guess.
yeah, these
the weird
ones
way to
give
put
me
it.
like a pseudo Marvel kind of vibe, like a Darkstalker sort of feel.
Oh yeah.
little bit, yeah.
The way they fan out and have a big emphasis on color. I've noticed. Is there like a player 1 and player 2 it sparks, or is it just blue and red based on the kind of move?
It's just slashes are blue, right? And
Yeah.
the, like normal hit, like punches and kicks are orange.
Orange, yeah. Looks really good.
So it's pretty cool. Although I will say sometimes it's like certain, and that just happens in all games. So it's not really like that weird. But like sometimes like, oh man, I just did like 5 slashes in a row. So it's just, I see the same hit spark. Although it's cool that the slashes have different like direction.
I will say the one thing I immediately noticed is that the charge back moves are like, they were slow because I didn't want them to be like too fast, you know, Isabella stuff. And I'm starting to realize like there's not really a reason to use them.
What are you talking about specifically?
They're really slow. Like
But which charge moves?
the back forward, sorry.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
I mean, are they really slow? What it isn't it like
Relatively.
frame 16? Or
Pretty-
is it frames? I
Like-
mean, I'm not saying frame 16 isn't slow. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that what it is? I think it's something like that.
And that's not great for moving that range because like it's mostly in comparison to the fireball. Like you get more out of the fireball than you do.
Yeah, the fireball's faster.
Yeah.
The only time you couldn't combo, I don't know. You could maybe make the trajectory a little bit more combo friendly, perhaps too, if that's something you want to do, like on the enhanced specifically.
I like how for the buried sprite sheet you just turn into Necros. That was funny.
Ouch.
I forgot
Ouch.
he has those moves. I don't know what he thought he had, but he didn't.
Got him.
Ain't done yet.
That was a nice trick. Although I would say if you're gonna swap around, if you're gonna make a S side, can you not do that?
I really tried to catch you.
If you're gonna swap the sides, I would highly recommend swapping the air normals along with it,
Yeah.
so that, yeah, she has the normal, like, ways her air normals work in the L side again.
I got you.
Ouch. I messed that combo up a lot. Ouch.
Nowhere to go.
Oh, yeah, I also, I don't know if you know this, but the command for the air super is wrong. It's double quarter super forward, but it's actually double quarter super back.
Oh yeah, I changed that because I wouldn't be consistent with the special. I just thought it would be weird if it was in reverse direction.
But I more mean like it's written down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta fix that.
Alright, I think I'm dead, because you can craze cancel, and then you have 2 bars, and I'm Emmy, so my health is not particularly— wow, that looked funny. I just levitated, and then died. I really do like S side, it's just that to me it feels slightly lacking.
Yeah, it's definitely like
Hang dog.
a half-finished idea at this point, but
I
I didn't
think
really know
it's really
what direction
cool.
to take it until I actually got to play it with someone or see someone play it.
Yeah. To me, it's pretty cool, but I would definitely say, for the most part, specials could probably be slightly better overall. And the opponent fire is something I think is cool, but to me it feels like you don't want it a lot of the time. You'd rather just have the fire next to you.
Just take her cliff.
We already have like 5 cliffs.
It's great that Ikua even has the cliff combo. If you remember in 5S, you can do the fireball into the charged overhead. And I'm like, oh, that's just cliff 236 SFRC into 6H. Because it really is just the same shit. Except it doesn't do like half your life bar. So I think you should amend that one. It should do base 200 damage in a game where the max health is 469. So in Mugen terms, that's like 420 damage.
Can't escape.
Give or take, it's like not quite 50%, but it's very close.
Shrimp.
That sucks for me. Now see, this is where I think that this side is gonna be obnoxious, because it's just, oh, you're in the corner, I'm just gonna spam fireballs at you.
Oh yeah, Flynn remade his Twitter
Oh yeah.
after it got nuked, if you want me to link it.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know all that
What
shit
happened? I don't know anything that happened.
I hate content creators.
Just
I
a
don't
piece
hate
of
them,
shit apparently.
but Justin Wong being a dumbass. I don't think he's an awful human being. I have to draw the line at the point where it's like, you know, I don't think he's a terrible person. It's not the worst that I've seen.
He's just a baby.
Did Justin Wong do something to fucking Flynn? What?
Apparently.
How?
Well,
When?
okay, so there is a video that my friend Idolizen J, wonderful guy, he made a video about like KOF 13 and why people should please shut up about KOF 13 sprites. I agree with this point completely, by the way. Please stop talking about how hard it is and blah 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 blah. And at one point he mentioned when Justin Wong streamed his Street Fighter the movie tournament, he had his video editor put together the VOD. And the video editor basically put together like this montage of Justin shitting on the game, like his entire tournament run. And the people that ran the tournament were really unhappy with how it made the game look. Because, like, obviously you don't want somebody entering your tournament and then making a video for like a big platform that they have to get them on really content creators a lot of support in the NPC.
Yeah.
You don't want people getting like incorrect ideas about your game. Like they didn't care they didn't like it, but they were just mad that like his video was giving people like an overly negative response to it and changing like the public perception of it. But they didn't mention it publicly. But Jay brought it up in his video as one of the things that content creators are doing in the FGC that can be kind of damaging to smaller teams. And then Justin got like upset about that. And then the Fried crew and Flynn himself also responded to Justin getting upset at that with like, hey dude, what the fuck? You did that. Like, it literally had an impact on our shit. Like, I don't know what we're saying that isn't true, but like, this literally all happened. And then Justin just kept going on and on about it. And long story short, kind of blew up on Twitter for a bit, and it kind of stayed there. And then, I think it was earlier this morning or recently, I guess people that like follow Justin maybe, we don't know for sure, but it's speculated because, you know, Fraud Crew and Flynn are both pretty associated. Like both Flynn's account and Fraud Crew got like mass flags or something on Twitter, and Fraud Crew were able to recover their account, but Flynn's got nixed, basically.
That's unfortunate.
And all that happened within the span of...
How does that happen because of KOF 13 sprites?
Well, okay, the video was about that initially, but like that one part of the video that people kept talking about. Because it was still part of the overarching point about how content creators in the FGC are kind of like, not all of them, but a lot of them are, yeah, they're not being responsible for what they're putting out there.
Yeah.
They're creating more misconceptions than they are truth about things.
I don't know. I definitely have a lot of respect for some creators and not a
I don't know,
lot
I
for
think
others.
like some of them are good. It's weird, but
Yeah.
like...
I'm a big fan of Kizzy because Kizzy actually really supports indie fighters.
Oh yeah, no, like, it wasn't like an attack on all of them, it was just an attack
Yeah,
on
it's more just,
specific-
hey, some of you guys are, I mean, some content, it's just saying, hey, content creators can be irresponsible, which is a fact.
Yeah, and like, even Kizzy
some of them are.
probably can. It's just like, but
You
like...
can. Here's some things that people don't like. I don't know. I think it depends on your opinion and your perspective because, like, I've had friends that are like, I don't like Kizzy because it's like, oh, he's a Strive dick writer. I'm like, why can't you just like the game?
No, I get that. But like, this video was mostly just talking about people like going, oh, KOF combo trials the hardest thing, and KOF is like the hardest game.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about that on stream before, that or I've at least talked about this with someone that, yeah, like, FGC content can be kind of repetitive in general because a lot of the same tropes go around.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, there was Iron Man Infinite KOF Trials.
Yeah, like that's what this video was about. Basically, it was just like that kind of thing to change. And talking about how it's creating misconceptions and make people kind of scared to pick up KOF, and really, it's not that it's not that hard, but that like new KOF games are a lot more approachable than the old ones. Like that they, I guess they have gone out of their way to do that.
There's also the fact that 13's trials are absolutely not indicative of how the game is ever.
Yeah, no, like those combos aren't even optimal. They don't even do the best damage you can get sometimes.
And sometimes they're hard for the sake of being harder.
Yeah, no, because what they said in the video is that they're mostly meant to improve a general execution, so that way when you're doing easier combos that you're going to be doing more often in matches, you have those down pats, because you can do harder. So, he said that's cool, but it also means that it led to this unfortunate thing, where, you know, people just assume that that's what you have to do to play the game, which is not true.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that you never have to do optimal combos to be good at fighting games. And I think that's a very large misconception about the scene as a whole. Like, oh, you have to have the best airtight mix and Okian combos before you can actually play the game. Which is just not true.
No, you just have to have good game sense.
Yeah, you can just, I mean, you don't even, like, you don't really have to necessarily be, like, good at everything just to enjoy the game. Unless the game is entirely filled with, like, veterans that have been playing for 20 plus years, and yeah, maybe.
But yeah, but like, basically speaking, yeah, that's the whole thing that led to all this. And so, like,
which is a stupid thing because everyone can agree with that, like...
I'm just really upset at Justin Wong for responding really irresponsibly. I'm at like the point where like I don't want to work with him on stuff in the future unless it's like if he enters something I run whatever. But like I don't want to work directly with him. I don't want my shit on his channel. I don't care for him. But I'm not like I don't think he's a terrible person and shouldn't be in the FGC or something. I don't think it's like that.
No.
But I just think
I mean, he's just acted like a child.
really irresponsible.
That's all you're saying.
And it's negatively affected my opinion on the man.
Yeah, because like...
I mean, yeah, if your friend gets... Ow. If your friend, like, gets attacked for no reason, you're not gonna like the person that...
He's like my friend, although that is a big part of it. It's just like, he's also the kind that... He's the person that has gone to bat for literally everything I've worked on. One of the first people to do it. That wasn't like to be more crazy. It was like him, and like Fraud Crew, and all those people. And like, they're like at the heart of what I fucking love about fighting games, which is like the lesser ones, like the ones that people don't play a lot. Cause, like even Plus R isn't a big common fighting game.
Yeah.
Like that game has like it got a record number of players, and then all of them, like a majority of them, migrated to Strive.
Yeah.
But like. Like, that's the beautiful thing about fighting games, that you can get like 15 to 20 people on like one little game, and like even with that small amount of people, you can have like driving competition, community narratives, improvements, and learning about the game, and with those smaller communities, I find you get people that are way more focused on actually improving the resources for the game and sharing information and helping other players grow.
Yeah.
Big games, I feel, have this problem where you get a community of people and the community interest is completely split between people that actually want to grow the game and get people better at it and people that want to get into the game to get either notoriety, fame, or money.
Yeah.
I think like that's the big difference between smaller game scenes and like bigger game scenes is the motivation for playing those games. I wouldn't
really,
say, like, yeah.
It really reminds me that, need, like, some resources that people could look to for this game that's not just the wiki. So the wiki's nice, but I think, we've talked about this before, I think, about having, like, almost the Strive type, like, breakdowns of just, oh, like, this is what the specialists do.
Yeah.
It would just be great.
I still need to get on talking to Shib about the music me for this.
Yes, I know he would absolutely.
I've completely forgotten about it. I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, it's not out yet. I mean,
I was gonna throw tech that, but my brain told me no, there's no way.
But yeah,
And I'm wording this really poorly because my brain is kind of fried, but like, I think about like fighting game communities and stuff. It's like a ton of these games that people, you know, usually write off as bad, like Street Fighter the movie or like hell, even Avengers Galactic Storm. There's a lot of elements of fun to these.
oh no, yeah, no, there's a metagame that's genuinely interesting, even if it's like a fucking mess. You think I play Plus R because it's like the most well put together? You're never gonna hear me say that. You're never gonna fucking hear me say that, like, without being ironic.
Like, unless it's a game that is just inherently miserable, like a Fight Fever,
Yeah.
you're gonna find people who are fans of like a ton of games.
You can
And
play
like,
Alpha 3, you can play Street Fighter the movie.
yeah, and I feel like it's alright if you don't like them.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. It's just that when you start like saying and doing stuff that's to the detriment of the community.
Yeah, and if they ask you not to do it, your response should not be to throw a hissy fit. It should just be, okay, fine, I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Because, like, you can't undo the damage you did, and that's fine, but if your response to it is like, oh, what did you want
I
me
did
to do?
nothing wrong.
What the fuck do you think they wanted you to do? They just fucking told you. And you either accept responsibility for that and move on, because they didn't bring it up. That's the other important thing. The Fraud Crew did not bring this up first. That was just brought up in Jimmy's video. Because they had no interest in pursuing this publicly, probably for this exact reason, because they knew that this would cause an issue. And now, should they have talked to Justin privately? Maybe, although I think they might have, because he did change the title of the video from something less favorable to something, like, not as bad later. So, like, maybe they already did. So I could be mistaken on this, and I don't have the facts on that part. But, like, regardless, the entire situation was not escalated by them at all in the slightest. So it was like, well, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's like, there's... Like, I think Plus R is, like, I do think it is well put together, but I wouldn't call it, like, for the reasons that you would normally call it. Like, I just think it was designed really smartly with the kind of, like, insane shit it does have. It kind of grounds all of it.
Plus R is a video game made for madmen by madmen, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's why I like it.
It's like it has the years and years of hindsight and refinement that it would have, because it is an update to a game that came out in 2000.
Like I mean, like hell. There's probably people out there who really enjoy Missing Link. I don't, but I'm not gonna like tell those people they're stupid or anything.
People have modded Missing Link to be
Yeah,
better.
I've seen. Tarkus has gone like a ton of
Tarkus
mods
is
for
going to
it.
hell.
Ow, I'm dead.
Unironically, by the time Tarkus is done with that mod, it's probably gonna slap. I'm not even kidding. Like, he's made observations that, like, a lot of the reasons GG1 feels bad is because, like, the movement frame data makes no sense. But when you make it make sense, suddenly moving around doesn't feel terrible.
And also, like, debunking a lot of stuff that people held. Like, even I thought that the volcanic viper thing was an infinite.
No, yeah, they just had, well, it was until, like, earlier last year when they discovered that you can ground tech and it's just a weird-ass command. Like, so strange. But yeah, no, I agree completely. There's a lot of fun to be had with those old games, and whether it's for 30 minutes, an hour, once in your life, like, it's just, you know, it's worth exploring. And that's why I find smaller game seems to be just inherently more interesting.
Watch as I mentioned Fight Fever earlier, and there's like a secret Korean scene of Fight Fever that just absolutely adores the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that I think generally people like broken games. That's kind of
like it's sort of weird to say like
Marvel 2, Marvel 3. Like those games are terrible. It's like hindsight, like the amount of glitches and broken stuff that should not exist, but does, and people are just like, you know what, this is funny. I like this. This is fun. It's
I feel like if you have fun, that's more important than whether or not the game is.
It's good.
Yeah, is quote unquote good in the like sense.
Because
of,
good means that you're enjoying.
yeah.
And that's it.
So I don't say people are dumb for liking Thrive or SF5 or whatever, because they're not. It's fun to them. That's what they enjoy. It emphasizes aspects of fighting games that they personally think should be emphasized.
I should ask, why is the ground fire seems to be a bit buggy? It's like the death, or what, I don't know what you call that, the on death fire.
Yeah, it doesn't
There's
last
a
long
couple
enough.
times, well, there's a couple times like it just disappears. Why does it do that? Like I just ran last game, not the one we just played, but the last game I ran up to you after, and it just died. Like I
Oh.
don't know why it disappears.
You can collect it. If you
Oh,
the ones that are dropped by the opponent are you can collect them to heal yourself.
I just forgot about that. That seems like such a weird function to me.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna go. There's gonna be
To me, it feels like it doesn't fit with the rest of like the idea of it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I have to go to the missing link wiki, because that is the thing, the GG1 wiki. I'm so glad Tarkus is doing that. His reasoning for doing it too is incredibly good. He just says that he thinks that the beginning of Guilty Gear should be documented.
It should. It should.
I feel like the beginning of every game should be done.
It's incredible that Cliff's 5p hits on frame 11 and his 6p hits on frame 3. Which, his jab is more than 8 frames slower than his fucking anti-air. This makes sense.
I love whenever.
Discovering that gave me a stroke.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I literally forgot. I soft like the game.
Oh no.
wow.
Yeah.
That's one way to timer scam.
Well, no, I'm not letting. I'm not gonna make you sit through that. No. So yeah, I forgot about that. It's Bernie's air throw, but you never reach the ground again, so
Yeah,
you're just stuck there forever.
I'm gonna read the Potemkin page. This is so funny. His jab, here we go, 5p. Horrible jab. 10 frames of startup and ridiculously unsafe on block, requiring the charge cancel to prevent your imminent death. Minus 12, by the way.
On block? Or on hit?
Yes, on block. On hit, it's minus 5.
Okay, that's, you know, much more reasonable.
The fucking caption is 10 frame jab. We're off to a great start.
Is Potemkin
5k!
bad in this game? For that
Yes,
game?
he's awful.
No,
Bottom
That's
one.
Potemkin
great.
is the worst character in GG1.
That's cool.
It is 5k. Low kick, even more horrible than 5p.
What?
Startup is even worse. Startup, 14 frames. Minus
Jeez.
12 on block. Air unblockable for no reason.
You barely saved me. What a
Oh, you want to see Potemkin's close S?
Oh god.
Here it is. It's frame 12, but can you guess what hits on where the hitbox is on frame 12? You're not ready for this knowledge. This is the frame 12 hitbox.
Ow.
And then
Thank
his
you.
close S
No.
finally hits in front of him on frame 18.
Oh my gosh.
Here I go.
No. I'm not alright. You just killed me.
You will not be missed.
That is a funny hitbox. I should say, I actually think one thing that intrigues me immensely is whenever a character has like a slow jab, but it has like a secondary purpose.
Wait for
I
me.
actually think slow jabs are like interesting.
Shoutouts to Potemkin 2K being 15 frame startup. And minus 15 on block.
Hey,
Hilariously slow. Awful. Just don't even bother.
why?
His best normal is frame 10, this is 2S. Your only actually usable normal.
Damn it.
The brick!
1, 2, 3.
Ugh.
Somebody said it once, I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but they said that, like, GG1 really feels like a Dojin fighting game. Like, it definitely feels like a developer's first attempt at a Dojin fighting game.
Ugh. I got 360, I think.
I ain't done. What?
I don't know why, but I really like the force turret. It's just kind of
Why the...
fun.
What the fuck is wrong with this game? Mega Fist backwards is minus 5. Mega Fist forwards? Plus 8! Yes!
So it's the opposite of plus R, good.
It's the opposite of every other game!
Oh, so that close Strong Punch is actually a pretty good anti-air, I think. It's decently high up.
Oh great, he's got slide head, but if you hit, you can tech it on reaction and punish.
So it doesn't hard knockdown or anything, it just... Obviously. But...
I just remembered the description. That was just like all the cons were just like can't do this, can't do that, can't do that either. And then the last one was just can't.
Can't. Yep. He's fucking worse than Axel, who they literally found out was just completely unfinished. Although there was like a labeled move in his like code called ninjutsu or something, which is really fucking funny. They found that in the code.
That sounds like, I don't know.
That sounds like a Homestar. That sounds like a Homestar Runner joke.
Let me see if that's true. I just remember hearing about ninjutsu.
Get out of here.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Can you give me a second? Hold on.
Oh wait, I found a JP manual.
Okay, never mind.
Okay,
We're
no,
good.
that's a community nickname.
I thought you could do it. I thought the move could be done on quarter circle. I thought
So
it might
that
have
was
been.
not in the code. It's just
Because I was
that,
quarter circling and that was coming out.
It's just that they called it ninjutsu because they didn't know the name of it. But now they know the name of it.
Done.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
it should still be called ninjutsu.
Yeah, no, that's
personally.
true. This 2H is great too because it's randomly invincible at 2 different parts.
Ow.
He just loses his hurt box and the hitbox.
Adios,
I don't know why.
Does anyone else that loses hitbox on like JP or something?
Yes.
Awesome.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Somebody needs to make missing link conversions for Mugen.
Look at the invincibility frames on his fucking one of his supers is hilarious. This is amazing. This is like a.
You know what? Side S Shift should have like the weird ground swim and GG1 hitboxes.
Look at this.
Oh,
This is the invincibility on 236, 236 It's like it can't make up its mind.
I'm leaving. Goodbye. Ow! This sucks.
I completely panicked.
Also, Kai is insane in this game.
That's good for him, I guess. Ow!
White Boy Summer, let's go!
The fact that it's got 2-frame free jump is pretty insane for this game. Considering Potemkin, when you jump, he's in jump start up for 12 frames, which is slower than melee Bowser.
What's the average, like, jump start?
It's weird because it doesn't make any sense. The Soul Bad guy has 6 frames of it, so I really couldn't tell you. From what I can gather, it's like 4 or 5.
God,
Never
imagine
mind.
if the Tiny Frog was a box.
God, no.
I would never ask for that, but God, would that be funny.
It seems like it's 4. I want to say it's 4, but then you go through a bunch of characters and it's like 6, 7, 8, 9.
Did somebody's soul get ripped from their body over their cow?
Look how little life he had. Emmy!
Has Saber responded at all?
Well, this Saturday there was the tournament, so we couldn't make it either way, but I need to message him again.
Also, fucking shout out to Missing Link Soul being able to stack Dragon Install.
I thought you were about to say shoutouts to Trent.
Oh, you're right! Shout outs to Trent.
Shout out to Trent.
How could I forget? We're talking about all this shit.
I'm
Sorry,
so
Trent.
dead.
I didn't forget you, buddy.
Imagine if there wasn't a recording right now.
Yeah, imagine if we never said jealous to Trent. That would not be the case.
That'll never happen.
Yep, it never ever would happen.
That's right, Trent. You're with us forever.
I still think it's really funny how much of kind of like specifically Trent overlaps with like the knockout shit. I think like Trent follows a guy named Bonehouse on Twitter who's like the like dev for both kind of like Fatal Art and Knockout somewhat, which are two games that I'm working on. So it's funny to just see it like randomly collide.
It just reminded me of the fact that during the Murph fight tournament there was someone there who was the voice actor for one of the characters, playing the character they were voicing.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Just like the Axel voice actor who plays Axel in Strive, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, he
I
plays
think-
Potemkin.
Oh, he plays Pot? I thought he played. I thought he actually was an Axel player. Why does he look like a vampire?
Oh.
That's me when my throw is unsafe on hit.
Potemkin dealing with the effects of chronic constipation.
Me when my jump startup is coughing.
It's me whenever I forget to finish the air throw, and then it soft locks the game.
Me when I hit the window ski. That's like the
The
best thing
yoinky
about
splanky.
using the Nix box is that I don't accidentally fat finger other keys.
Oh, you have a mix box now.
Yes.
Nice.
I've been using it for quite a while. So when did I get it?
Like 3 or 4 months ago, right? Maybe.
I want to say it was because I came into some money, and I want to say it was because of my birthday in April. I haven't had it for that long. It's been nice.
Die.
But yeah. Also shout out to GG1 Testament, who has a move that locks you in place so you can backdash during it, so it doesn't actually do anything.
It just doesn't move.
Yeah, it locks the opponent in place but allows them to use all their usual options, including backdash and jump.
Interesting.
So they can't walk forward.
I am designed to be better.
Or backwards.
But you
can
can just.
dash.
Yeah.
That seems very strange.
It's weird. It's a weird move. And all it basically lets them do, since you can backdash and you can make yourself invincible for all of it, you can just set up like shit on the screen while he does that.
Ugh. I'm trying to backdash.
Most difficult challenge in moving games. Backdash. Or you're not ready for this. I tried to level 3. Does it even have any full?
No.
Exactly. I don't have any reversal supers, right? Also, that wind code's broken. How cool.
I forget if her level 2 does, actually. Actually, no, it probably doesn't. I don't think she has any reversals.
I'm pretty sure none of them are reversals, which is fine by me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, I'll pick a slightly normal side for a moment.
Just for the minute.
Also, I get to post the high jump exit box, which is my favorite thing ever.
God, I was hoping to convert out of that.
I love it when the developers include patch notes in their own game.
Please!
Yep. Yep.
Why?
So I think that's just literally his old first block state as an integrator.
Oh my god.
Because it lines up with the shape, but it's slightly different. So like you actually can get behind Kai and hit him. Like if your attack goes through him, that it hits those boxes behind him, it will still hit it.
Good lord.
I love
This game,
God game.
what a good game.
The best ever.
I forgot that we hated this move. I haven't actually even used it.
It's, yeah, so all I
I was
did was
doing
I
it now.
changed the fact that she moves level 4 whenever she uses it. I didn't change the numbers on it because it was already -8 on block.
Yeah, well also it seems that, like, wasn't it before though that, like, she didn't teleport on block or something?
No, she...
I don't
It's just she teleported straight down, so she got, like, a lot of space on her. There was some sort of bug with it, I think, but I don't remember what it was. Get over here. Get over here.
That's why I shouldn't dive kick. Alright, if you don't drop this combo, I'm dead.
I didn't have 3.
You should've- Oh! What?! That lasts throughout my entire DP! You jumped!
Alright, off. And the top.
It's okay though, Cliff is just a GG1 character and fuck That's why he's based. Excellent. Man, we have to see some of those new wing quotes in the old format where they get cut off. I'm really curious.
What are you waiting
Keep it clean.
Wongus.
Among Us.
Oh my god, I wasn't muted. I'm sorry.
What did he just say? Wondus? What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
What is Wondus?
Don't worry about it.
Now it sounds like you're part of, like, a weird cult.
The
Wondus Among Us?
Wongus cult.
What is that though, V? Tell me.
I don't know, it was just a funny word that I made up.
Is it a Wungus?
No.
A Wungus gaming?
The Wongus is like a mystical creature in like a Dr. Seuss book or something.
I know, yeah, it sounds like it could be like a Wungus
Wungus
walked out of the
Amongus.
fungus
The Wongus walks
danced
among
on
us.
on his bungus
Wongus.
and his gungus.
His-
Oh!
Oh, whoa. You're gonna
You
do
can't fight against the power of sound. What are you thinking?
Wow. The stage really just needs Christian rap.
Yeah, just have NF play on this stage.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
No, does it? Does it
Yeah.
really need that?
You gotta have the Christian side hood. I'm bringing back that one.
Oh god.
It's been a while since I've said that. Those 3 words together.
Oh. We need to put that inside us, Necros.
The side S hug? Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Oh, hold on, I gotta record something. Give me a minute.
Okay.
You're using it.
Buffed it, so might as well.
I also, one thing I think is actually kind of cool that I don't think I've really talked about is the fact that sorry, I have such short-term brain capacity. I was like, God, what was I saying? What? I hate.
Something about this game is cool.
Yeah, I can go with that because I do agree.
Something about it is cool.
I like a lot of the parts of the game.
I'm impressed that you made it this far.
Keep it clean. And break. Counter.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. Like every attack. One thing I guess I was gonna say is that I really want to see what happens if I throw you into the I don't know what the C-Tech, the speaker attack.
It wouldn't do anything. Wait,
It wouldn't hit.
I don't think it'll last long enough if it was a special throw. Normal throw wouldn't work.
Oh, what I was talking about was the fact that the command throw works as a combo ender if you don't have charge. That's what I was talking about, wasn't it? I think it was. I was talking about the command throw, and I think that's what I wanted to say. I think it's because a lot of charge characters don't really have, in my experience, a lot of charge characters like don't always get to do stuff after no charge.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that it's cool that she has. Now it only works on grounded opponents, but it's still cool that she has a attack that can cancel into that does not require charge. That is a combo ender. No, I don't think so.
That's right.
Here you go, V. Some more clip for you.
Jeez.
Because I'm sure you wanted it.
Show me the cliff.
I don't know.
What? Huh?
I don't know. I think that move is just really active.
Keep it clean. And break.
Yes. Die. No, I don't think you will. This
keep
move
watching
is probably really good.
I keep watching this, but I have no idea what's happening.
That's me doing J236V, the move that I've adopted. And
Wow, that
like
works way.
people can like adopt streets and like buy streets. Well, I'm gonna buy Cliff J236V. That's my move.
One thing that's really annoying for me recently is that my shift key just decided to not work very consistently. So now whenever I type, it's like, it sucks because I want to put an exclamation mark and I put a 1 like an idiot. I look like I'm 12 again. And I can't type. And if I want to put... When I type on Discord, I always like to separate it with like... I like to always put like enter, shift enter, so it starts a new line. I can't do that anymore. That's like actually how I type all the time. And I can't do it anymore.
That is annoying.
And I don't know what's wrong with my shift key. Like it was acting fine. And now I'm just upset. Her run speed is so fast.
Yeah. It's not the fastest in the game, though.
But it's faster than Akue's, right? Or sorry, not Akue. I didn't mean to say that. Sagupi's.
No.
That's what I was trying to say.
All of her movements are literally directly between Zagumi and a G. So, she is the second fastest if Zagumi is the fastest.
Sagumi's actually faster?
Yeah.
It really doesn't feel like it. I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe I haven't played Sagumi in a while.
Unless I made a mathematical mistake.
I feel like you would probably know more than me, seeing as you made the game.
But what if you didn't major in algebra?
I
Not
definitely
related to
don't.
this conversation at all, by the way.
I definitely would never major in algebra. This move is definitely the move that zoners hate, though, by the way. This is my Jane Bane counterpick. Ow! Imagine trying to live your best life and then you get Sherm's stank-ass foot in your face. And it just kicks you, and it's like, wow, that hurt, man.
You know, it's
And I lose 50% of my health.
It's great that like, because when you said this to new developments, I was like, oh, did like the character strength get like completely upended? And it's just no, sweeps are just a little too good.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the
think
thing-
we learned a little bit. Like, Ajit Side S is still pretty good.
Yeah, well, if we do another tier list, Ajit Side S needs to be higher. Unless he's, like, not an A+. I'm pretty sure we didn't put him in A+, though, and I think he belongs there.
I think more than one person was playing Baxter Side S.
Yeah,
was
there were
wild.
multiple Baxter Side S players. We had a Baxter Side S mirror, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
And it
What's
wasn't
great-
you picking random.
Might have been.
I'm just glad you
But,
called him the Juke.
But
I
yeah,
don't, I
like-
don't think that makes Baxter Side S good, though. I still think that one's a bit too finicky for my liking, at least.
No, honestly, what I don't care about the power level. I care about whether or not people have fun playing him, because it's
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Like, I want every character to be good, but if a character is like on the lower end, but is still really fun to play, so people play him anyway.
Doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
I do think, for the most part, if you want my opinions on Baxter Side S, he's probably a top 3 character when your opponent is in the corner, and then he's, like, just okay. He's just worse Baxter whenever the opponent is not in the corner.
Oh yeah.
That's my opinion, because I think he is legitimately borderline broken when your opponent's in the corner, and then that's it. Because the amount of things he can do when your opponent's in the corner, like do ambiguous cross-ups, and have extremely extended meterless combos. It's like, those things are great. But also, he never gets to do them, so it doesn't really matter. I thought you were gonna DP, but to whiff punish it, I did a move that stuck my body into it.
Give us a good show. Break.
I'll say, I think from now on, if we ever do a tier list again, it'll probably be like, probably do it a lot faster, just to stick with the one we last made, and then just move
Yeah.
stuff around.
I think we're at the point or we're in the stage of the game where it's like, character balance is honestly kind of just good.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have to change the game a whole lot.
We only move people that we've made major changes to.
If I don't
Yeah.
like the character, they should be made. That's my opinion.
I mean, that's...
Anybody that beats Wallace, terrible for the game. Just awful. We need to fix that problem.
Well, what if Wallace beats Wallace?
Fuck. Oh, I forgot there's more than one side per character. Damn it! Fucking shit, bro!
Wallace has a 5-5 matchup against one single version of Wallace, but all the other alternate that's like an interesting thing to think about. How did like the other sides come to be? Like, are they alternate universe versions? Or are they just...
Oh, I thought you meant like developmentally, because I was just gonna
No.
say we got in over our head.
Yeah.
No,
My-
I kind of know where the story came from. Like, oh, it was like, you guys want to have Evil Sherm, and you're like, wait, but what if Evil Sherm was just sure? And then it was like, wow,
Oh wow.
here's the like entire character
Surely
roster
we
that
will
now.
not regret this decision in 6 months.
But I think it's added so much like
No,
spice
it's
to
good.
the game.
It's good for the game, but oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoops.
For the most part, I think it's what gives Battle Craze that extra edge. Cause I think
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like I had no confidence in just side C and side or even just side C on its own. But it's like, this
You're
is
wealthy
cool.
enough for the time.
also certain design elements would definitely not work if it was just side C. Like we've talked about Boundary, who was going to have a reversal and a combo starter.
Well, I mean, yeah, we ended up splitting. It's a good way to incorporate ideas that we already had.
Yeah, without
Oh
making the
my
character
God.
too broken. Because
I
the
do
average,
think-
strength of a side, just only side C character would have been so much higher than the strength of characters right now. Theoretically.
But it's like, oh man, dude, like, maybe we went a little hard.
Oh, it's too late now.
Well, yeah, I do
Well,
think that more than anything, I don't think it was an overreach for the initial stuff, but I think like when you combine it
And
with the DLC, it's like, oh Jesus.
I think the fact that you guys just went ahead and made a third side was kind of the point where it's like, wow, this is a bit crazy.
Because I think Side C and Side L on its own was not too crazy. Side S though, that's the well, that's also why we've committed to trying to make Side S stuff require as little new sprites as possible going forward.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's just extra developmental time on our end, but it's not necessarily... Oh, but Janice is going to be getting equipment that will make it, you know, so that she's not fucking her hands up doing this.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, wasn't she using a
thought-
trackpad?
Yeah, because I initially thought she was using a mouse and shit and she's just hurting her hand, but then I hear she's spriting on a fucking laptop trackpad and I'm like, are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, I don't know how she was
Do you
as...
not have like an ergo mouse or anything?
I was just surprised that the game is as efficient as it is with a trackpad as the tool being
Yeah, because I
animated.
guarantee you, when she gets the new mouse and she gets used to it, not only will things get done faster, she won't fucking kill her hand doing like basic sprites.
Although I wasn't actually aware of the hand injury issue.
I always thought that she was just using a mouse. I had no idea that she was using
Right?
the trackpad.
Because I was like, okay, so you know, take a break, you know, and then I hear that and I'm like, oh my god, you use a break and a fucking like mouse pad and a mouse, lady. Like, jeez. No fucking wonder your hands are sore. Fuck. Like, wow, that little piece of information helped me diagnose every little problem. But I think she took it to heart, because I think she said she is taking March off, and she's also going to look into getting that stuff.
I think she's already ordered the mouse pad because, oh no, she thinks she ordered both of them, but I know she ordered the mouse pad because she gave me a link to what she ordered, and then I bought me one because I'm like, fuck, my hand hurts a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, yeah, like...
Why are laptops like this?
I mean, trackpads are fine for, like, standard computing. It's when you're trying to do shit like Sprite a game!
Yeah.
Fucking trackpad! I'm sorry.
The reason that laptops are like this is because they're actually kind of amazing that they exist at all, given that it's, you know, a PC on the go. So you have to do enough to, like, make it portable. Because at a point, it just, why don't you just have a PC? Which is something I ask a lot. Although, at least for Janice, I can understand because she's on the move between college and home.
Yeah. I really wish that I didn't have to play on a laptop.
I think they're fine.
It would, I mean, I don't know. The thing is that my laptop's starting to, I mean, the thing is that it's, like, the hinge where you're supposed to close it is broken.
Oh, yeah.
So it's literally cracking.
I wouldn't advise a laptop for strictly doing, like, video gaming or something, but if you need something to go on the go, I think it's good.
The problem is that I have to go between my mother and my father, which means that I don't really have the option to have, like, a tower or anything. Because I need to play games at both houses, so... Because imagine if it's like, oh sorry guys, I can't test today, I don't have a computer over here. And also, just stuff with like coding and whatnot. Which coding has been a struggle because my laptop has just dies sometimes. Mostly because like Fatal Art, whenever I work on it, is extremely unoptimized. It's like it's pretty bad.
I'm gonna get going now. I gotta go, but y'all have fun. It's nice to be part of one of these again.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get an orange.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Now, I don't know how much longer I will do this, maybe 5 rounds might be good.
You want to do a tier list for funsies? Like, again, just like edit the previous ones, we can get one together real quick.
Yeah, we might as well do that, I guess. That would be cool. I think for the most part, most of the characters are going to be the same, although wherever Jane is, she's probably going to go up. Seaside specifically, and then wherever Side S and Jeep is, he's probably going to go up.
Keeping in mind that she also got nerfed
Nerfed a little.
slightly.
Yeah.
I wasn't like
Mostly-
mad about the way the Plasma plays her. It's just I was like, this shouldn't be as good as it is.
For me, it's just entirely frustrating because I seriously don't know what the counterplay is supposed to be. Like, generally, I didn't actually fight Plasma this tournament because I got knocked out a little early, but
I didn't either because I was like, you know what I would do? I'd just pick Side Alteri probably. Just dash
Yeah.
through that shit. But it's still like pretty.
it's annoying that you have to
unfavorable
pick a character
Yeah.
too. It's like, you shouldn't have to pick a character that is good against zoning to beat a zoner. But I would say for the most part, if Pumpkin was just a tad bit laggier, or you would, I don't know, you could make the hit pause on strong kick less on block or something, but I don't know if that would fix canceling into it being plus. Basically, as long as it's not plus from a cancel, and it's just slightly less annoying. Because I feel like the main thing is that Pumpkin is like such a good pool, but Jane's not at a very big risk. Like, I think the main thing for me that's kind of annoying is sometimes it's like, oh, you jump in on her, she summons Pumpkin, and by the time you come down with your jump attack, she can block. Which is kind of weird. Because it's like, it feels like, oh, she should have been punished for summoning on Pumpkin, and I read it, or got in with a jump, but no, she could still block. So, if it's just a tad bit more laggy, along with the fireball changes that you made with Tiger Knee, I think she'll be good for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think the other sides are fine, although I still think S side might be a little funky in certain
We need to work on the thing for sure.
But past there, I think the Janes are fine. I think just S or C side is a little good
Yeah.
for the amount of effort. Sometimes you can kind of just throw random stuff out and the opponent just dies.
Let me get that stuff set up. Another reason that side S Jane is so high is because that's T's personal favorite. Let's see, is this?
What's going on?
Just talking
We're doing
about...
a tier list right now.
Yeah,
We're about to.
We're gonna update the tier list. We're not gonna go the whole hog, but let's see. Let's get that. Screw
Are
it.
we assuming nerfed sweep?
Yes.
Although I still think features will be changed accordingly to.
Yeah, like I think that's one of those things though. Like I don't know if all it'll do is it'll make certain characters who would be considered a little ridiculous right now because of those sweeps to be like back to where we considered them anyway. So
Yeah, I would say. So looking at this,
oh, hold on, let's go.
where do we put? Okay, Ajit side S is actually in a spot that I appreciate. I thought we put him lower.
I think we're pretty right with him. Maybe we can move out a bit,
Where is
but
side? I think side C Jane should go to A plus personally. And then past that, it depends because I don't know all the changes that have happened. And also, it's been a very long time since I've seen or played some of these characters that are lower in the.
is side C Isabella still the best character?
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, like, it's hard to say she's the best character because no one plays her. So, like, it's not like.
Well,
For me, it's like whenever I fight her, it's like, yeah, this is a good character, but I don't like fight her enough to be. The thing is, I haven't developed any strategies to even beat her because I never see her. So maybe if I would fight her more, there'd be more like tech against her.
I'm willing to say that she's still pretty good because
I mean, I don't think she's ever gonna drop out of the top 5.
yeah.
It's more just, I think it's pretty debatable.
Let's see, give me
in a way. Although I think L side. When did we put L side Isabella that high? We thought she was like a little bit worse than C side, not like
I
right
think
next to it.
I think it's just like anything that's difference between the two like isn't enough. Like Isabella is just good without the her
Without
mechanic, and then like Seidel just has a weirder version of it, but it's still like, you know, it still functions well enough to make her really good.
Hmm.
So let's see. We got these.
All right. Okay.
Wait,
Hmm?
where's Seidel Necros?
There is no.
She is.
The Necrosses aren't gonna be out.
Yeah, only Side C is going to be in the next update because the others are very unfinished. Basically, essentially what just happened is that we had ideas for Emmy and we didn't have any for Necros, so since we weren't testing the game, we didn't have time to actually really come up with stuff. But like, so it's just, you know, we're just gonna have to like play around with it a little more and come up with some more. Like side L is like half finished, but we had the idea to do like the projectile, which isn't sprited yet, and it's just basically I'm trying to get this update out as quick as possible because it's been like 3 months. So
Yeah. Although I do think at least we have tournaments to keep people like interested.
yeah, I just want people to actually play like some of the new stuff because we made some decent changes.
Yeah. So I would say
Well, this is
it's
impossible because I haven't tested a whole lot, so I have to speculate based on effectivity of the kits from the moment in time in which I actually tested.
Yeah, I mean you had more
I,
familiarity with Goliath, and we've
Yeah.
seen a lot more with
Goliath.
Emmy.
Goliath is a hard one to rank for me because
Well,
I
first,
think
Oh,
let's actually go
let's
through the
edit
changes.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would say Jane should definitely be high. Like,
I don't know because you nerfed the thing about it that was really crazy good.
yeah, but not
well,
very much. It's still like pretty effective.
and he also hasn't really. Okay, so he nerfed TK fireballs a little bit.
The
He nerfed.
pumpkin get changed.
Yes, you can't hit the
But
pumpkin.
you can't hit the pumpkin, but it still
That's a
summons just as fast.
Oh, so she's still plus on heavies with the back pumpkin.
It's only strong kick specifically. Um. Also, I learned that back pumpkin is just neutral. Neutral and back are the same. It's just there's a forward version.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the not being able to hit the pumpkin thing is a pretty big nerf.
Well, yeah, but it only affects the enemy
Well, that's a
because
big deal though, because now like you can't.
well, yeah, it's not gonna randomly save you, but that was completely like
I don't.
random
I don't know. I
chance.
think
I
you
never
could
consider that to
definitely.
be part of her effectiveness. I consider that to be
Yeah,
just
that
a
was
weird
just a
jankiness.
bug.
I mean,
That was
technically, but you could definitely use it to set up things.
yeah, but I don't think anyone did it intentionally, and I really
Probably not.
have
But
a
you know when
hard
you're.
time believing that like you could really like get it to happen consistently to mess up like your opponent's combo or
Most
something.
importantly, I don't think we ranked her based on that,
Yeah,
No.
I don't think we should
and we shouldn't. Yeah.
generally,
Did you buff
because
Side S's air dash thing?
No, but that is
going
still.
to
Yeah,
it's
that's
on
still.
the chopping block.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say generally side C should at least be above side Arnie in A plus, but I
Yeah,
feel like I could easily debate for it being higher, but at the minimum position it should be there.
I would agree. Just because I do tend to find myself seeing side C as being a stronger one than side S, where side S is like a little kind of goof. Like it
Side S
works.
is side S can potentially be more consistent, but side C gets just generally more damage and more screen presence in
I think Side S. Well, did you do the thing where the fireball goes away when she gets hit?
I don't. No, I don't think we talked. Did we talk about that?
Oh, you remember? I I don't think you should
the only
because
time we would talk about that is whenever we talk about when I got robbed at the tournament with side L Jane.
That was
But
hilarious.
I think Side C Jin is a little better. I wouldn't say like.
I would just say, like, I think she's if side S is at the top of the tier, I don't know.
I would at the very least bump them up like this. I think that's
Yeah, cause like I still
Fair,
think
but
she
I
has
really do.
trouble with.
Yeah, but I just don't think that side S Bernie is stronger than her.
I think it.
Mainly because, okay, if you want my opinion, I think Bernie has worse matchups, and that's how I usually determine. Like,
With
it should
who?
be based then side C,
Well,
Jane.
yeah, but
Side
like,
C,
are they
Jane
worse
has.
matchups against like the really good characters, or are they worse matchups against
I would say the most popular characters she has pretty good matchups against.
Tsugumi? I don't think so.
No, that's not. No, I mean like Wallace. Like, you know how many Wallaces show up in tournament and then just get decimated by
Yeah,
her?
they aren't me.
it's true.
And then,
The
but
side S
also
walls can just walk through
she
all of them.
does really good against certain like, I think that she probably is pretty good in the Baxter matchup and certain other characters that really don't have like these kind of anti-projectile tools.
Yeah, but it doesn't really count if she's better than characters who are below her.
I don't disagree, but I think popularity is something to at least keep in mind.
I mean,
Like, if you see a character a lot, even if it's not necessarily the best character, it's nice to be good against a popular character.
it's true. I just genuinely think that Jane is just overall better than giving her credit for.
Yeah, that's why I want to bump her. But
Well, we just did.
well, you bumped her up like 3 spots. I think she's way better than that.
Um,
Oh, but then like you look at the characters in A plus.
I think honestly, I might be able to I'd be willing to swap Side S Bernie with the two Janes, and then otherwise leave it as is, because I
I
think
really
I
think Side S Bernie is very much worse Bernie until you get stacks, because he genuinely is.
I do find that like what he does is really funny, but he doesn't get to do it a lot.
Yeah, like he burns through his stacks decently quickly, and it's
Okay,
like
see, like that was the argument at first, and then the argument was, oh, he gets it a lot actually.
It I find that it
just
fluctuates. Like that's the thing, and like it seems to be a thing
well,
that like if we had it at a certain point we were getting a lot of them, and then now I'm like I don't actually notice it that much. But then you'll get that one match where you see it a lot, and suddenly it's like, oh, never mind.
yeah, it just depends on the matchup, genuinely, and how many dire counters you're landing on top of that.
Yeah, I find it inconsistent. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's not.
It's
It,
just a bit random because it's genuinely dire counters and counter hits are what build them fastest. So if you're just getting those a lot, it's just gonna be faster building than doing the taunt, or I guess the C tech, and then landing hits and stuff. It's
I would say swap them, but like only, and that's like a relatively
I
minor thing.
I agree with this opinion, by the way.
Because like at the end of the day, like that's
It's
they
a very
swap
minor.
tiers, but they yeah.
It's still a minor bump up, but I do think that the Janes belong. Like, I think Seaside at least is a A plus character, like bottom of A plus at least.
Yeah.
And then, if we had to change anyone else,
Let's see. I
I
actually
don't know. I
got.
think this is still pretty accurate.
it's mostly accurate. I feel like, I'm trying to look at characters. I think generally, S side Baxter might be worse than C side Baxter. I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like you could flip those.
Oh
S,
right, side S Terry should probably go up a bit too.
where is she?
No, she's pretty low.
Yeah, she's
Because
probably better than L Jane.
we completely changed our tune on her when I started playing her, which
It
sorry,
mostly comes down to the fact that
Fireball's fucking crazy. That's really
yeah.
what it is. That's
Well, it
the really
also
what it is.
comes, yeah, and if we're talking about how the game is right now, the way that sweeps set up Fireball.
Yeah.
I mean, even without that, she has ways to get it.
Yeah, it's just a good move. And also she has like nice confirms, so yeah, she's pretty alright.
Better than
I
Side
do
L, but I
think
don't know.
I think side L is better than side C, by the way.
I was gonna say that actually, yeah.
I think side L's probably one that just inflicts the most amount of pain, like generally.
I feel like Side C has fallen off.
It has. I agree with you. I think mostly it seemed at first it seemed easy to get into God, what's it called?
Unrelenting.
Overclaw? Unrelenting. uh it seemed how it seems it's easy to retain it, but it's hard to get into it, honestly. Like it's not that bad once you're in it, but to get it, it's a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult than I thought it was gonna be because it depends. If you're playing a rushdown character, they're not gonna just let you whiff specials on the other
Right.
side of the screen.
Yeah.
But if you're playing a more patient character like Isabella, then it's not as hard for her. So it just depends on the matchup. But a lot of the times, people go in, they stop you from doing your thing, you feel bad about it. I would also say, let's see.
Side L Reaper got a change, but it's still like in development, so it's
Yeah, hard to move that around.
yeah, it's hard to say where that
Side
is.
S Justicia should probably go up.
I would
You
argue that it's so
I
hard
feel
because I feel like they're better than we've been giving them credit for, but then I'm like, but are they better than the characters that are above them right now?
Because like whenever I get them, I'm like, oh hell yeah, because I run a train and I don't get like you've seen me play her.
yeah, but
It's
that's
like
also again like
yeah, it's
I
me, right? So it's like it's not.
well, not that's not even what I was
I mean,
gonna
that
say.
was
I'm
like
more
an argument Kalexume that I don't disagree with, where it's like
you can make any character good.
right. Well, not
But I
that.
think
This isn't like
ge
an ego thing. It's just something he actually said. Where it was just like,
I'm not saying it's any good thing.
no,
I'm
I
just
know. I'm
saying
just
you're
making sure because I know it's
arguably the best Battle Craze player.
yeah, I guess. But
yeah,
it's just
well,
like,
So it's like I think
hmm,
for the most part, I think Laterania is good, but
maybe better than Seaside Terry.
yeah, I don't think she's as good as L-side Terry for sure. Might be better than S and C, but
Yeah, I could
not
see
above
that.
that. I wouldn't put her anywhere above that. Just because I feel like L-side Terry and Terrania kind of do similar things. Like their game plans aren't like too far apart. It's more that I just think L-side Terry has an easier time getting in.
yeah, for sure.
Terrania just has to struggle that little bit more.
My I'm having this weird thing where I'm like, what I want to do right now is boot this entire selection down to A minus because I feel like there's a big difference between Robosugumi and above versus those.
I don't disagree with you. I
Because
think it might be fair to spread the wealth a little bit.
Because yeah, like I feel like the A minus is where you get to the characters that are like
They're okay.
they're perfectly fine, but then like
Yeah, I
but
think
they're the
Robo
ones in
Sugumi
A.
is I think Robo Sugumi is like not leagues above, but like a decent chunk better than some of the characters below her.
Yeah, I do feel like there's a big enough rift between A and A minus
Because
the way it is now.
Robo Sugumi is a very like solid character, and the characters below her are kind of what I would call inconsistent at certain times. Not because they're bad, but because
Mhm.
they're more demanding generally.
I think Reaper just needs somebody who plays them who is like dedicated. Like we
I
just don't
agree.
have that player yet, and I
Yeah,
think
because
that hmm?
I think they have ridiculous potential.
Yeah, especially because I'm giving Seidel just the laser.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw
Yeah, where's that going?
it's replacing the sniper thing. It's just gonna go basically back to the way it was. The only difference is that the laser's a little slower now, so it's a little more telegraphed, which I think was basically the entire reason why it was such a problem, is that it was faster than Jane's strong punch. It was a full screen
Interesting.
projectile. So I'm like, yeah, that was a problem. It was the
It's
same
when
speed as Wallace's 5 SP.
Okay.
This one could also be argued, but I think potentially Seaside Sugumi could go up. I could see it.
Eh,
That's
The
a
thing is that
tough category right there.
the top 10 is they're so close together, it's hard to rank them like one after another.
do we still think Stardust Waltz is the best? Yeah.
Probably, like, I think theoretically, I just also think he's the toughest to really maximize compared to C and L, who are like a little bit simpler, so they're
Yeah.
more popular because they're not like as wonky. But I think if you master the jank, he's very rewarding.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot we put Side S up top. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
he is the top one. Oh, okay.
I think I would agree with it, just because like if you utilize his C tech properly, you can do just about any of the things that side C can.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
And like the other thing he has is better threat at a range, like because the command grab isn't particularly fast and it's very vulnerable. But
Mhm.
stand SP, for instance, confirm into level 3. That's like a classic staple of side S wall, so it's really, really strong. And it's a completely reactable hit confirm too. You can see it hit and then buffer the motion.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's very, very strong. He's got the comboable command grab, which is a ton of damage. Mega Fist is honestly an absurdly good move. Like, not nerf it good, but like it is definingly amazing.
Yeah.
Having that move just on a motion, meaning you can belt it out at any time, incredible. Because that means you can like blow crush whenever you want.
Yeah, like if the only thing he had was just the level 3 confirm, I wouldn't rank him this high, but like Mega Fist is genuinely just like a really good move on him. Like it's
And
not
because like it just goes so well with his game plan when he's in your face, because he will jab you, and then if you try to tech the throw and you guess wrong, you just get mega fisted,
Yeah.
and you take a like, fucking ton of damage. It's really
Yeah,
nasty.
that's why you never tech throws in this game. Because you just die for it.
Yeah, but then he throws you again, and then he commit. The thing too is that he's got an unjumpable command grab that combos. So if you try to sit still and take the throw, you get command grabbed and die. So it's like,
Yeah.
well,
Is generally, that's kind of something I don't consider a problem, but it's a theme that runs throughout the game. Is like, yeah, throws are very scary to use because you might just die.
Yeah.
And throw teching is kind of punished. Maybe what some would consider a little too hard. I don't know.
also, if we're divvying out tiers, I think we should cut A plus a little bit because the fact that it's top heavy like that is a little weird now.
Yeah, I guess that's fair if we're just gonna cut a lot of the A plus in it, or
So we
the
have
A
to
and the A
decide
minus.
where the A plus characters start to get really standout and where the A tier
I
characters.
would say it stops at Seaside Boundary, perhaps.
Yeah, I could see. I would include Seaside Boundary and just move him down to A.
Or yeah, that's more what I meant. Like
Oh.
Seaside Boundary is the last of A plus.
Hmm.
Or the last of A, rather, the top of A. Because like I
Oh,
don't think
you wouldn't keep Seaside Boundary at
I
A
don't
plus.
know.
I don't know. I think he's just that little extra bit.
Maybe. I guess you could if you wanted.
I don't know. Because it's mostly the fact that it's just the combos are very consistent with
Oh
that
yeah, he still
character.
has that. He just doesn't do absurdly dumb damage.
It's not high damage, but it's very like consistent damage,
Yeah.
which
Easy,
is nice.
consistent, good. His game plan is still pretty stable.
Move Jane back down again.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but she's
okay.
better relatively. So that's really what matters.
If we're gonna move a bunch of people down, we might as well move some of the others down. I think this is fine. I don't really disagree with any of the placements here now.
Yeah.
Alright, now we gotta rank the new characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with
Right.
Necros, because that one's the one I've had the most time to analyze.
Oh, yeah.
A minus or A. I don't think she's incredibly
It's
good.
not crazy. I would say top of, or either top of A minus or somewhere lower in A.
Yeah,
Probably. She's fine. She's perfectly fine. I
it's a
don't.
baby arms grappler. So
Yeah.
Honestly,
you've got some issues there, but I think she's good. It's just I don't think she's incredible. you know.
I very fun And also, it depends on how the charge moves work. I haven't really experienced some of the new
They're
ways.
good. It's just like I feel like their utility, like even,
It
like the range
depends.
they have is still not that crazy. I think the best one is probably the crouch heavy punch.
Yeah, yeah.
It's easily because of the armor. The armor gives it a lot of versatility.
More correctly, I think they are easier to... Yeah, because they're faster now, they're easy using combos, so you can actually do... Like, if you get confirmed, she can do crazy things. With,
Yeah, I think for my experience right now, I haven't played like the most updated version,
mhm.
but so it's like it might be a little bit skewed to an older version of the character, but this is kind of where I feel like she's at, where it's like very solid once she can play the game, but a lot of characters can kind of dictate the pace of the match against her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's outranged by so many characters.
Well, outranged, outsped, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
two things you really don't want to be. And
Yeah,
some
it's just the
characters
thing
can do
she's in.
both at the same time, and it
I do
sucks.
think she's got one of the better command grabs in terms of Oki you get if you consider the low tail swing. And,
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
her
yeah.
command grab's definitely a top 3 command grab. Like, it's good damage with a nice follow-up that also resets them.
I love her
Uh,
C-Tech. I love just being able to tack on damage
the
and get a
C-Tech
restun.
is great, and it's also probably one of the best low crushes in the game. Just like, it low crushes so fast, and it does such high damage on a counter hit. Like, get hit with 2 of her C-Tech, and you just lose 30% of your life.
yeah, she's pretty good.
It's just mostly like, she's just so dependent on landing a hit on a character that can potentially have one of the hardest
So
times landing a hit in the entire roster.
are we switching Emmy L side and S side in terms of like moveset?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so we're
So,
gonna factor that in for the tier list then, right?
yes.
so S side is the one who can kick off the opponent.
S is for Streets of
Stuff.
Rage.
Nice.
Sweet. I don't know
So
about
I
Emmy.
want to start.
The
I
last
want to
I
start
played
with
of Side
C.
C Emmy, she should be an S tier, but I don't know if that's the case right now anymore.
I would say C side is the best version, and it's probably an A plus. There's been some changes, like a
Yeah.
A lot of
couple
move
that.
safety changes, I'm going to assume, because like
Yeah.
before that, she would probably, if she was unchanged from when I last played her, she'd probably be above Side C.
She was, she got a couple of moves that are now, -4 on block. And then the teleport, overhead kick is now punishable on block. Like, it's like -8. The teleport
Yeah.
projectile is way worse on block. And the throw changes make it where you can punish her stuff a little easier. Even the stuff that actually is, like, -3.
Yeah.
So,
So I would say very solid character, but not one that is too oppressive.
I mean, honestly,
No,
we could just put her next to Evil Sherm.
I really think it's
Probably,
just
yeah.
Evil Sherm, but again, so
I think
uh,
better or worse though.
I'd say
I
better.
would say I say it's better because the thing is that she has certain situations that force you to literally guess. While Evil Sherm kind of has like some
Better miss,
ambiguous
yeah.
stuff, she can if she spends half of her bar to do a like teleport one of her teleport moves that can cross you up, that is a genuine guess sometimes if she's actually like crossing you up or not. So sometimes she can just force you to guess. Well, Evil Sherm can't always really do that.
Yeah.
Like he has mix-ups, but he doesn't have 50-50s, and she doesn't have like a lot, but there's a couple times where she can.
Yeah,
And also
his edge over her is probably his damage.
his damage, yeah. That's basically what I said earlier. Like she's just Evil Sherm with less damage and more mobility.
So
She...
side L though,
Side
the
Spirit one.
L is the one that I think it's A minus right now. I don't know. It's probably top of A minus, but it's like one that's very inconsistent and clunky so far.
Yeah,
It's very fun,
it's got
but
design problems, which I'm going to try my best to iron out before the
a
release.
lot of there's only like one enhanced. Basically, my main thing is that her charge back, forward, punch, and kick are basically the same move, really.
Yeah.
And the enhanced version, really all that special. It's just slightly more damage and more knockback. They allow for corner combos, which is cool, but corner combos on a move that you have to have a resource next to you to even use in the first place without hitting any of your strong punch buttons so you don't use up that resource is very specific just to get a little bit more damage.
Yeah, it's
And it's like, it's a cool character, and I love the ideas brought to the table. They're just not done because
yeah,
So what about
it's not
side
done.
S for streets?
A question mark? It's pretty good, but it's very weird.
yeah, for sure.
I would say A, and maybe like somewhere, maybe like below or above side S Cherry somewhere. I don't know. It's like
Probably
it's
isn't worse than Necros, I wouldn't say.
No,
yeah, not worse than Necros. I just don't know. It might not even. I don't know. It's hard to judge because it's the one I'm the least experienced with, and I think this is the one where if you get good with it, you will kill people. But it's very complicated. Like just the fact is you can cross people up super easy, but it confuses yourself just to try to cross someone up
yeah, she's a
with
character
it.
you have to. It's like fourth dimensional thinking.
You have to master her janky inputs to be able to effectively mix up people, and it's only on hit a lot of the time, which is kind of the big thing is like you do have to kind of land her hits to be able to start doing stuff. Like you can't just like your opponent won't just block you and you're like, okay, time to guess. Like you have to land a good hit to start doing some good stuff. But I think once she gets going, she got some great options, and her reset potential is through the roof, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So good character, just funky.
All right, Goliath.
Goliath. I feel like it's been a while since I have actually played this character, so I'm like,
I don't know.
I would say
he was really good when we first
he
played
was
him.
really good, and now he's like okay. Um, in my head, I think L might be the best one, but it's definitely not S. I think S is the worst one by far, but it's really funny.
It is really funny.
I
I
mean,
would
S doesn't have the reversal that crosses up anymore, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Still,
Yeah,
It's also way
man.
worse in every other aspect, basically.
yeah.
I would say S is probably like top of A minus, and then the others are.
Really? I don't know. I think that's.
I would say so just because. Okay, here's the thing: if you corner him, he dies.
Yeah, but
If
If he
on the
corners
other
you,
hand, I play a character that is a lot like this in Plus R, and people also said he was very bad when he first came out.
yeah, but if you're trying to say that Chip and Side S Goliath, or I said Chip
You
Cliff,
sure did.
and Side S Goliath
They're
are
not
similar,
necessarily the same, but I feel like the risk reward can potentially pan out to be pretty similar.
I don't know. The thing is that his damage genuinely, if he's not in the corner, is very low. Like a lot of the times, if he
Hmm.
gets a hit and confirms, it's really not a lot of damage.
yeah, he's mostly just trying to push you into a corner the whole
Yeah,
game.
and then he wins there. But if your opponent just does a back throw and you're not really like expecting it, or you get thrown out of a button, that's awful for you. So it's pretty. You have to play around the entire
Well, the
concept of
thing
the
about
character.
that is that I think throw range isn't really big in this game.
It's not.
No.
So that I think that makes that less of a problem than it could be. Because if you're
Yeah, but
playing something like
it still completely removes your entire advantage. You really have to play around the fact that your opponent might throw you, and then becomes a mind game. Because
yeah,
the thing
because
is
then
that
you know that they're gonna go for it, and
the
then
thing is that if you have, it's kind of weird because you have a large advantage in the corner, but you have to keep that advantage because one stray hit from your opponent at all is probably going to send you back to square one in your game plan. Because a lot of characters, they can sweep you and then cross you up. Even with decreased sweep times,
Yeah,
there's probably going to be able to still jump over you. So it's like, to me, it's great, and it has a lot of good tools, like the stomp. Having a free hard knockdown that you can combo into, that's a special, is great. It's a good move, but the stomp also does like 3 damage. So that kind of plays into the fact that he doesn't really have a lot of damage. He has a nice like grounded combo ender with the slaps to keep your opponent standing, but it still just depends on your distance. I would say he's A minus. He's a great character, like he's still very good and he's a fun character, but it's mostly, if we're basing this off of consistency, which we often like to say that we are, he is one of the most inconsistent.
I agree with
I don't
that.
know. I'll have to try him out because every time you say this about a character, I just have to get my hands on them. So I'm gonna look into
Yeah,
him next.
I mean, like, I'm sure there's a lot of strategies you could employ, and I've never played him like optimally or anything, but
Because you
he,
have to remember, if you're pressuring him in the corner and he guesses right,
if he guesses right, he gets to swap sides, yeah.
and also his DP natively does that.
Yeah, but it's not like an amazing DP. There's
No,
DPs that
but it
are,
does it. And if it dire counters, you can choose to side swap.
It
yeah.
innately does that if you're right in front of him, by the way. Like, it is...
Well, I mean, if it dires, they bounce, right?
Well, yeah, fair.
So you can get under them and then do
And cross under combo. The main thing that I think that he has that I think is great is the armored like punch. That
Oh, yeah.
move's genuinely very good,
I
and
don't
I
know. I
think
think his level 3 is really good.
his
yeah.
level 3's pretty alright. I mean, it's like it's again kind of
He has
situational.
the grab version, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can combo into it, but I don't think there's certain situations where you can do level 3, but then you kind of have to work to try to combo into the actual grab portion after.
Isn't there like a
'Cause
physical hit version too?
Yep. There's
yeah,
a...
but
Yeah, you knew the overhead becomes an explosion.
I'm trying to think, because isn't it though, like, I mean, I haven't really seen it, but I think, isn't it harder to combo into on airborne opponents?
The,
The, like,
yeah, it's pretty, because he doesn't have a fast version of it. So,
yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
like my
tough.
whole thing, is mostly just, you have to do it on a grounded opponent a lot of the time, or a really high up opponent, so you need, like, it's good to combo into, it's not like
I
that
guess it
hard,
would
but
be
it's
a
more
nice
restrictive than some other characters.
make it faster. I don't know.
It's tricky. I don't... Because if you make it fast enough to get a reset off of, then that's a combo extender into a level 3 hit, which is brutal. So,
Yeah.
it's hard to say. I feel pretty convinced by this just because I think that based on the other characters in A minus, he kind of belongs in that tier of like really gimmicky. Like he has a thing where
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
not bad, but he is so gimmicky that you can't rely on him. It's just
I mean,
funny to
yeah,
play.
we've talked about this before with, oh, Elside Wallace can be really good and probably better than the others, but he's more inconsistent because his matchups and stuff. If we're gonna say that for that, then I think Goliath belongs to be lower. I didn't say a word or a sentence there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
He belongs to be
What
a
about
little
the other
lower 'cause
Goliaths?
that's hard to say. I
that's
feel like
tough.
L is the one I think has the most potential, and probably just because his screen control is actually genuinely pretty nice.
Yeah,
Like, but I don't think I think they're gonna go in the same tier regardless.
I think they're going to be side by side, honestly. Like I'm willing
Probably.
to say L is better, but I have a hard time believing they would be that separated.
I would say the thing is that I have a hard time making a, like, I feel like they would be in the upper half of A, but I really can't make a case for them being A plus. I don't know.
Huh?
Like, the thing is, I don't know, it's been a long time.
Yeah, but I remember
So
like original
he
side C
was
was
yeah, he was a top 10. Easy.
he was crazy. But like I don't think he
But
got
we've
nerfed
nerfed
enough to like we
we
only
did I just don't, the thing is for me, I just think getting rid of the float and the double jump like combination along with making the dive bomb worse was a lot more of a hit to the gameplay because that was all I was doing
right.
and it was working. So the fact is that's kind of a huge nerf to make that like not you know,
Hmm.
be as effective, at least in my eyes.
But he did get at least something in that he
He
can
got,
charge faster with the C-Tech.
yeah, that's nice, and the armored moves are great. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the highest I could argue is right, like below Seaside Boundary and A+.
that's kind of where I was thinking. I feel like he
Yeah,
is incredibly strong, but like not any better than
he's
that.
he's great, but I don't know. I would need to play him more to really.
Right.
Hmm? Yeah.
But
What?
do we think any better of Side-S Ikue, who has also received a shitload of changes?
I don't know. But all of
I
them were
feel
like,
like I have to because, like,
all of them were silly though.
well, they are, but like they're silly in a way you could actually use though.
Yeah, the main thing is that it kind of just tells you to not spend meter until you can buff your install though.
My
It depends.
my take on
Which,
this is that like I think the tournament was really good at proving that Side S Akue is really good because Akue is really good.
yeah, like, okay, I want to say that the main person who is playing Ikue was a Para who was doing nothing but sweep into cross up, like IAD cross you up, and then doing that over and over again, and it was working because the reversals weren't doing anything basically, which,
Which yeah,
and
that's
also the thing, it just means that specifically he was not using a single part of the side S equi at all, and he got to second place without using the C-Tech, without
he did
installing once
he did use a C-Tech. Like he used it to charge.
to charge, but he wouldn't actually
Yeah, install.
pop.
It's
He wouldn't go Phoenix right. He wouldn't
and I think
activate.
even after the changes we plan on making, like the reason that she would still be considered relatively good
It's
is
just because,
her kit is good. Like she loses her EX moves, at least like without, funny install shenanigans, but she is still like just a raw good character compared to like some of the rest of the cast who have like more gimmicks they have to like work around, whereas like her gimmicks don't take her from bad to good, they take her from good to amazing.
yeah. For me, it's like, I think she could be bumped
So
up,
she should
but
not be in B plus tier. To be
Yeah.
quite honest, I think she should probably be better than Necros at least because she's still Ikue. And now she's like tacked on to a moveset
do we
and a
want to
gimmick that you can
cross
actually
the
tap
top of
into.
A minus?
No, I
I
think
think it.
Necros is fine.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
So
like
you
but I
just
think
want to
she's better than
extend.
Necros. I think like Side-S Ikue is genuinely a good character now.
Yeah.
And I think like the buffs we gave her honestly did make that happen because like again, being able to extend the install time is great because that means your ideal condition lasts longer, but also being able to permanently put yourself in it is really really good because I think the one that permanently locks you into it is that level 3 or is that level 1?
Level 3.
Yeah, I think that's really good because like I don't know, regular Ikui level 3 is a good damage dump super, but I think this is technically better.
Yeah, if you get it early
Especially
enough,
if
yeah.
you're especially if you're getting your ass beat and you have the bar and you land a good hit and you're just like, yep, now I'm like supercharged.
Yeah.
Like the double stack buff is a meme, but I think one or the other, either the extender or the permanent lock-in, are both really useful on their own.
Alright, she gets
And
3 air dashes too. I forgot about that.
yeah, no, like I genuinely think this character is quite good. Maybe better than this even, but I think this is a good safe estimate.
It is like we do have to bump her up entirely because even without all of that considered, it's like, wow, this
It
character's
took
still
away.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Ikue, yeah.
I mean,
Without
Para
that,
was playing literally variationless Akue and got second, so
Yeah. But I, t- I can't justify putting anyone into B plus.
yeah, we
Like,
can't
yeah,
move anyone. It's just CC on the S side because he's just
and I
I
don't even
don't
think
know, man.
he's terrible. He's just stupid.
But okay, I think
He get buffed recently, didn't he? Again.
Yes, he got a couple
the th
of quality of life things. He heals whenever he gets his level 3 because he's underwater, and then breaking the law is free. There's no health cost.
I think for the most part, the reason that side S like uh is just kind of always like the butt of the joke and like the bad one is mostly because he doesn't like his combos kill him in a way that's like a lot of other characters like Emmy. I'll just compare it to Emmy, right? Because it's very comparable
Mhm.
because they both like take health for specials and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Emmy just hits you and gets health back. He has to actively go to RNG determined puddles that go in random spots that can either be impossible to get to or right next to you to get his health back.
He
Which
does
just
fully
means,
heal from a command throw, which is pretty
yeah,
funny.
it's pretty good. I'm not
That's a
gonna
good
deny
idea.
that that's good,
He
but I think,
also gets a damage buff for all the missing health he has.
oh, does he? I actually didn't know about
Yeah,
that one.
his health goes, or basically all the CCs have like a modifier. Side C just gets it whenever he performs a move on a puddle. Side
Yeah,
L
he
gets
has
it based
the,
on the fullness of his moist gauge. Side S gets it based on the lack of health he has. So I think side L is weaker than side S whenever side S is 1 HP. Which is, not really going to happen, but he
yeah.
does technically just get like way better numbers.
I would say generally it's mostly kind of, uh, I don't know.
We did it. We saved Sidus Ikue.
We did.
We fucking did it. All it took was us putting in all those new things that nobody used.
And then realizing, oh, she didn't really need them. She's just good.
Yep, but now that she has them, it's really funny.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting rid of them. I'm going to nerf her at all.
It was honestly like the perfect idea. Just fucking whatever. Make it even more install, 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 install.
The
You know
install
what she
install.
is? That's like the GG1 soul shit where you stack installs. That's what that is.
Yeah, there you go. What does
Where
stacking install do for him? Does it make him, like, move 3
yeah,
times as
like it
fast?
fucking stacks the damage buff and everything. It's
Oh,
fucking
jeez.
funny. You can stack it like 3 times or some shit, and like your DP like instantly kills. I don't remember. GG1 is a game, and so paying homage to Daisuke's godless vision, that's truly the way to go.
Well,
Yeah, Side Lemmy probably shouldn't be that low though.
it's only because, like, she's not finished. Like, Shark Kid is really jank right now.
Okay,
And it's
well,
like,
she's just
we don't really know exactly where it's going to end up because I don't even 100% know what I'm going to do with it. But I do know that it does need, like, a lot of cleaning up right now. So, until then, I'm just going to kind of just leave it there and just be like, yeah, it's pending. It is what it is. But,
I can agree with this though. I don't think a lot of the changes or a lot of the stuff changes a lot.
yeah, I feel like everything is,
It's pretty uniform. Isabella's cheap.
yeah.
Side CC not so much.
Yeah. I mean, characters are where they,
Nobody's bad. Nobody's overpowered.
yeah. The thing is that I think it just depends on how much the meta develops with,
Yeah.
because
Yep.
I mean, we're giving people 3 new characters basically,
All of
which,
this could mean absolutely nothing in like 3 weeks.
yeah, I
So
mean, the thing is that, I don't know, maybe we'll learn that Emmy is just the most egregious top tier we've ever created. Not true, by the way, because Release Bernie is still, Release Bernie is Release Bernie, but
I mean, to be honest, there's versions of Wallace that were probably dumber than Bernie. At some point, I am sure.
Side
I
S,
think,
or Side K, I guess, was,
I
There
yeah.
think
was a
it's our,
point where a side C Segumi could literally kill
yeah,
you.
I think it's arguable that, yeah, both Side Wallace and older versions of Seaside Sugumi could be categorized as
Back
potentially
when
more
Segumi had the
egregious.
launcher punch as a level 1 super, and it was an invincible reversal. So like if you got called out of like an anything
Yeah,
and
you
she
just
get
die.
that super, you get a launch, the meter gain wouldn't scale.
It
So
wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I remember that.
technically speaking, I think she probably had like an 8-bar combo or some shit, which is
Yeah.
insane. Or maybe even
But
just an infinite, to be honest.
I definitely think that Release Bernie is definitely probably one of the best characters ever made, and I don't think Emmy is going to be like that. I think
No,
Emmy is easily the best out of the three so far.
A tier
Like
list of all the characters ranked on based on their initial releases.
initial releases, Reaper
okay, Isabella would be
wouldn't
better than Bernie if we're
wouldn't
counting the Sage build.
Oh,
wouldn't
Back when
was
she
not
had the full screen stand SK into the plus on block fireball, that she could just
no,
keep
okay, but
using
that's
over
not
and
fair
over.
because Release Bernie had an infinite. So
Uh
like
huh. And release Bernie would lose neutral to this character and die in the corner. You
wait,
can ask
so
Telexa how fucking dumb it was.
but
Literally.
are you telling me no he had a hit and block infinite. Are you telling me
Uh
that
huh.
those things don't like if you get hit once you lose?
Yeah, and if
yeah, because
Isabella hit you once, you got stuck in the corner for the rest of the
yeah,
match.
you couldn't get in on her, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, no, because like literally, that was when her overhead was a fucking plus on block armored overhead.
Oh
Fucking,
god.
if you hit it, you got staggered. So even if you tried to interrupt it, she could just do her fucking advancing low crush overhead that was plus on block and also armored. And if you hit the armor, it would go ting, and you would eat a fucking fat punish because it didn't scale. It hurt like hell.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was crazy. Literally, like it took 30 minutes to an hour for Calexa to go, "Hey Janice, we need to completely redo this fireball."
Yeah.
It was like, oh fuck,
Oh yeah, because that was when
the fireball, yeah.
she had the
Like,
yeah she had the one she has now and the line fireball where it's
Yeah,
like
you
the most
had
annoying one is the ground ones because you can't low profile those. So it's like fuck.
and that was back when she had 5 SK, and 2 SK was even better because not only did it have more vertical reach and like better horizontal hitbox, it also stepped her forward more. So her best anti-air was also one of her best pokes in neutral that also confirmed into the fireball and reset into it.
I think is she the only character that's ever like had a move taken away before? Other than maybe like if you consider side S or sorry, Jane's like Pew for her command normal.
Yeah, I think those are the only two characters where we've outright removed a move because it was like this is just straight up too broken. Because like if you had seen it on release, because when you were playtesting her and like doing stuff with her, that was the nerfed hitbox on that move.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
The thing is
It,
that I didn't really play her until like she came out basically because she was
yeah,
not my
like
character
she
at
was
all. Like I don't like
insane.
her.
Stage build. We were literally having conversations about how like we just save this version of the character and use it for the fucking boss in arcade mode.
Yeah, that's the that's it's like the master in SF5 where it's
she
just a
was
broken Ryu.
she was cool though. Like I'm not. This isn't like me trying to be mean. It's just like I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
remembering it, and it was like when I think of like most broken characters, I think it's her and Bernie that stick
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Actually, at one point it was a Jeep because you could dire counter normals, so a Jeep's DP was just the best move in the game because you would just do heavy
Yeah.
DP
I think
and
I think one thing is that we thought a GL side was really good early on, and then he felt like we've decided that oh he's just not as good as we thought, and then just pumped
they
him
buffed the hell out
with
of him, and now he's crazy.
steroids, and now he's back to where he's actually where we thought he was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because remember, didn't we consider him the best character in the game at one point, at least
Yeah.
before Segumi? I think we
That was
considered
back when
L.
his mix was actually comparatively better than most characters, because
Yeah,
like that was
but
back when you would have an air reset, and that was a big deal.
yeah,
'Cause
the
we had
game
like
had
we had like maybe 10 or 11, 12 playable characters, and like the mix-ups weren't as crazy, and the combo routes weren't as diverse.
yeah. I mean
Because
the game's overall gotten a huge buff,
like I think
which
a G used to have the most interesting combo routes compared to a lot of characters because his were always pretty freeform even before any of the changes.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
then, like, a lot of like ground splats and the things just kind of kept getting added, and other characters kept getting new combo routing and combo opportunities until they kind of all caught up with the Jeet, and some of them even went past them. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what separates.
Old, old Jane Vane, L side, Jane Vane.
Oh,
Still my favorite like combos out of every character in this game.
God.
what else? Who else was fucked? Like I said, like old Jeet DP was crazy because like
I've heard
Wallace would
that.
do. Oh, sorry. Wallace would do like stand SP from full screen and get dire countered out of the whiff recovery when a Jeet would DP, and he would get sucked in full screen and eat like a full dire punish for it. I remember seeing that happen and going, "Holy fuck!"
I
I
don't know
guess
if that's
one.
not still true though. I just don't think we've seen it
Well,
recently.
stand SP. Well, no, because like back when you would
Oh,
do
SP. Oh, you meant like the DP, like Wallace's overhead punch.
oh no! I remember doing stand SP full screen and you fucking DP'd it and it literally vacuumed me in from the whole fucking screen and you did like a full combo and I was like, holy moly.
The,
Whoa.
like the vacuum's still there, but the fact that it was not a dire counter, makes a big difference
Yeah,
because it's
no,
like
like the vacuum is fine, but the fact that it was like, oh yeah, you get this full ass combo, I'm like, oh my good lord.
I would
Holy
say
shit.
if we're gonna talk about release characters, Release Reaper was not like
Oh
in
my
the very
god,
full
release was
release.
insane.
yeah.
It was like a great character into probably the worst character the game's ever seen potentially.
It's
And then it was like a slow crawl up to
Cause like whenever I played Reaper, it felt like so bad, and like I was just like, yeah, this is the least fun character in the game.
it has been really tough to work with Reaper. I don't even know. Like
I mean, yeah, they seem to be one of the hardest characters to even like do anything for because the second you give them an inch, they take a mile.
because I feel like Side C at the very least is like has insane potential with all of the traps and stuff. Like I think that
Yeah,
they can do
just need
crazy
someone that
stuff, but
plays the game.
yeah, no one
It
plays
plays the
them.
character.
And then Side L, I'm like, I'll give the laser to them just because I'm sick of getting this character random select.
Well, yeah, I don't
There's
think the sniper scope synergizes well
No.
with what Side L does. I think
You would
that's
have to, honestly, I don't know if you're really up for this idea, but you could you could give the scope to side C,
Hmm.
well,
because that
Side
might
C
work
already
better
has
as a
that.
trap. Does it? I
Yeah.
thought it had the laser.
No,
Oh,
Side
Oh.
C is keeping the scope, the sniper scope,
yeah, okay, so it's
and
just L that's getting the
Yeah,
yeah,
laser
the
back.
laser makes more sense on Side L.
and honestly, even back then, like the laser wasn't as bad on L just because they couldn't stack as many pips. Like you get
Yeah, you
6
could
with
get
C, you get
all,
3 with L, and it's like way more
Oof.
annoying with C. Whereas Side L, it's
yeah,
like,
you spammed it.
and if you just slow it down a bit, then suddenly it's like, oh, the laser's actually a perfectly fine special. Like
There's
it's not
also
ridiculous.
Baxter, who is, we consider a bottom, like, he takes up 3 of the slots in the bottom 5, and he's been buffed routinely.
He's super weird. He's one of those characters like it's really hard because he's another character where if you give him something like really good, he's going to be unstoppable, or at the very least, super annoying to the point
Yeah.
that no one's gonna like him.
The
So
thing is that he is probably one of the characters that relies the most on gimmicks in the entire game. Because each
I would say
side,
he just requires really good neutral in ways that most of this cast does not demand.
yeah,
yeah,
is
I think
mostly,
that's the main thing is that you have to be good at poking in a game like this, which is really hard when movement is so fast.
it seems mostly neutral, and you have to have some decent resource management because all of them require like way more hands-on resource management than the rest of the cast. Like most of the cast, you put something on screen and then you use it. But Baxter, you have to like charge a meter a lot of the time, or you have to set up a thing that goes away, or you have to take some damage to actually be able to use your more potent abilities.
yeah.
And it's like that's a lot more demanding than most of the characters. Like Jane Bane Pumpkin, you just press the button and it comes out, and then you just use it. Or like like Chair for Justicia. It's like you put it down, and now you can interact with it. But like and those things, it's like it's a one-way interaction. You do the thing, and then you instantly get the reward of the thing being on the screen. Or even like like Predator Poise is kind of similar in the same way. Like it's like, oh, you have to actually do the thing, which already is like part of the process that adds a little difficulty, and then you have to land the hit, or you have
Yeah.
to. And I think that's what makes Baxter extra funky, is that it's not just resource management that is, oh, I'm Reaper, I gave myself a drone. It's no, like I have to like work constantly towards making myself like a better character, or else I'm just gonna get outpaced by my opponent. Which is part of like why he's so cool. But it also, I think it just makes him fundamentally a little bit weaker. Because it's just not as easy.
I'm like, it's weird to say that a character who is always in the bottom 5, I'm really happy with where they are, just because I feel like they have Baxter has more potential to be just really frustrating, but I feel like
Yeah.
he's a character that has to be played smart in the right
I
way.
think he could be better than this, truthfully.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
I definitely think he's got like
When
a lot of potential, but
when
it's
it comes down to it, he's just polarizing, and if you would rather have Baxter be bottom tier or top tier, I would much prefer him to be bottom tier, because a top tier Baxter would be the most frustrating thing the game has seen yet, probably.
Yeah,
I think he's one of those characters where you can't make him too good, because he would probably make the game a lot less fun if he was like a really solid, like consistent, reliable character. His inconsistency kind of like is part of his identity, after all.
it's something.
Because speed 1 and 2 are pretty bad
Yeah,
generally, and just in every single sense, because all of them have
I think that's why
like,
Seidel is the best of them.
yeah,
yeah.
because it's not
He's
you're
pretty
not in,
traditional.
yeah, it's not too hard to get your speed back up. Once
I
it's
wouldn't
just
really
like,
call him even intensely resource management. He's just like, you get up to a max speed very quickly and you burn it doing something and then you do that again. It's pretty linear, right? It's like a
yeah,
time.
Yeah,
it's pretty linear, but you have to. The thing is that it's still a little bit more intensive than some characters, because you still have to. The main thing is that you have to make sure that you use it within time frame, which doesn't sound hard, but sometimes it lands on the perfect moment where you press the button and then you just start charging
He
again, which
also
sucks.
has a really great DP that can be cancelled to be made safe inside out, which is a cool
Yeah,
game.
it's pretty cool, but I think there's probably characters that can punish it if they spend some meter.
I don't know. It wouldn't even matter because you're only gonna get. It's only really threatening if you have two bards, because then you
Yeah,
can mix up between with DP move away and that.
I
But
would I would say for the most part it's a pretty nice thing to have, but I don't think it's like the end all be all,
no,
because
no,
I
it's
think
not.
there's a
It's
couple
not
of
like,
characters that
oh,
could very easily like punish it still with like, like an evil Sherm, or an L side Sherm with the fireball, or a Reaper or stuff like that could
it just
potentially punish
returns
him.
into neutral, and if his back is to the corner already, it doesn't get him
And
much.
then it's way worse in the corner. That's another thing, I guess.
yeah.
But I think it's. I think side L of those three has the most potential to go up, but I think side C and even side S can be better than this.
You're
Truthfully.
alright.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think he's. I just think he's a funky character, and funky characters tend to just be
I
polarizing.
think Dr. Calexa will love this comparison, but I think he's our little Axel. And
Yeah.
much like Axel, not a lot of people play him, but there will probably come a time where somebody really makes him shy. I think that will happen, and it may change our opinion on him because he does feel a lot like Axel, where
Yeah,
he's got very godlike horizontal control and very godlike anti-airs, but you have to follow your opponent's rhythm, and you have to kind of play the game in a way different from other characters. Although unlike Axel, he actually has pretty good reversal options.
Yeah, it is just really weird because I feel like I was able to do that with Axel really well, but I can't do that with Baxter, and I don't know what the difference is.
Oh, it's
And
just a different game, and Axel's a bit more reach, and in Strive, right, the movement isn't quite as quick.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's got the unblockable too, which we should totally give to Max.
Oh
Obvious.
god. Well, he does
Yeah.
have that as a level 3 inside L. Or the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you made it unjumpable on reaction, that'd be really funny.
Oh, Christ.
Give him Rensen. Come on. Or no, it's Rashosen. There we go. He's
I
got to have
gen
Rashosen. You have to like stack it. If you're at like max speed, you can like shoot a speed ball at him.
There is genuinely a move that I think would be really cool. It's on MKX Alien, and it's a really weird move, but it's like Alien has this crawl.
Hmm.
There's actually two moves that could work pretty well. Like Alien, it crawls on all fours, and if it hits the opponent, it like side swaps, and it's like a really interesting move because it also restands.
Oh, let's say, because that's just
And
Side S
it's
Baxter's roll. He has
yeah,
one,
it
he
is.
just, like, trips them up and then side swaps.
Yeah, but it restands them and it side swaps, and it's really like an interesting because I'm pretty sure you could take it a step further, like, oh, it side swaps on block, or it could like have anti-projectile properties. Like that could be funky. There's also like a tail like sweep basically where it just grabs your legs and just it's like a hit grab that's a low.
Oh, kind of like the Necros thing.
Yeah, it is the Necros thing basically, which is
It'd be
why
really funny.
that's why I was thinking about it because like wow, what if we just gave Baxter the Necros thing?
It'd be really funny if Baxter Ball reflected projectiles at level 5.
It's just like he's so powerful.
He's
If
spinning so fast that it either reflects or eats projectiles.
eating would probably be
I
not
mean, you
hard.
could honestly make it do that, and I think that would be fair at max speed.
Reflecting projectiles, isn't that like a ginormous pain to code in Mugen at all?
It is. So, but you could definitely make it eat them.
I I would not mind having like high level spin speed, like charging destroy
It'd be
projectiles
interesting. I mean,
basically.
like that would give
Would
him
it,
an option for fireballs because I feel like he doesn't have one.
honestly, I don't even think it has to be necessarily high spin speed. Could
Whoa
be
now, buddy. Whoa now.
You just can't zone him anymore.
Yeah, fuck you. When he does that biting move, you time it right, he'll eat the projectile.
I mean, genuinely, like I really don't know what Baxter's relationship against zoners is, because it's a really
I mean,
weird
he
one.
does actually have the best anti-fireball preemptive move in the game if you do one heavy kick or one SK.
Yeah, but
But I mean, if they go
at the
to
same
throw
time,
fireball, unless they're Jane Bane doing like the air fireball, they're getting hit in the toe.
yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I think he has some of the worst reactive measures to
Yep,
fireballs.
that's the flip side.
Yeah.
So
Well, I feel like at like higher spin speeds, the ball could go through them. Because I mean, there's also situations where you direct counter them out of the fireball, but it's still on screen, so you can't really, hit
Yeah.
them. So I think it would be neat if high spin speed ball went through them. I mean, if you wanted to code that, if you like the idea of that,
I think it would be interesting
it
if
kind of came out
specifically.
of my mouth in like a lucid haze. But the more I thought about it, the more I went, yo, that would actually be kind of neat.
So you're talking about the Blanca ball, right?
Yeah.
I think
So
it would
like,
be potentially more interesting if just charging it would have like a projectile destroyer. Maybe not like the move itself, but once you start charging it, like that would be projectile immune basically.
well, I mean, it wouldn't matter at that point.
Yeah, because then it wouldn't be all that useful.
Well, but characters can't really output multiple projectiles, so once you
Well, but you'd absorb it and they just throw another one while you're moving.
Yeah, or they would, block, because...
yeah, but high spin speed ball is plus. You wouldn't want to block that. At
I don't know,
max
but that
level,
feels
it's
like
plus
that
one on
achieves
block.
the same thing while being a more complicated solution that doesn't have as much application.
Yeah, that just seems really niche.
Because, I mean, you're just going to charge it to get to that spin speed anyways.
Yeah. I guess the main thing I was thinking is like, oh, he could charge it basically almost like Bernie. Like, you know how Bernie, like, counter kind of works against projectiles? It would be like that. Like, he's just charges whenever a projectile comes, so he, like, basically just negates your projectile while gaining something in return without necessarily, like, getting in.
Eh,
I like the
mean,
idea better of him just like if he has like the red aura, like he's level 4,
Yeah,
level 5.
if he's red, he just blows through projectiles
Yeah, he just
on
absorbs them.
balls
and I
on
think
his.
you could apply that to the charge up state too. Like I think you could include both, to be honest. You could just make it so that the ball traveling does this and also while he's charging.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's rolling in both states. So
Yeah, he would have the aura on both of them as well, so yeah.
it would make sense visually. And I think it would be a neat buff because like, if you're thinking about it, would it be too good? Maybe, but I mean, if you're a projectile zoner, you tend to have other tools in this game. So him forcing you to have that awareness when he builds up his unique resource, because that would also kind of put the onus on zoners to come to him in a bit of ways, because they wouldn't want him to get to that level of spin speed, because then he could blow through their key tool.
Yeah. I feel like that makes a
And I,
lot of sense.
and I think that would like, at least in some ways force engagements, because in a lot of ways, like Jane Bane has no reason to approach him, but if she couldn't throw a fireball, she would have a reason.
The
Uh,
only thing that I think is that the only downside to this is that it doesn't benefit Side S in any way.
Sadly, but
You could make
you
those
could have
balls.
the C tech.
I was thinking
It,
the C-Tech could be like immune to projectiles or just absorb them, just for
but
laughs.
at this,
If you absorb
yeah,
a projectile with the C-Tech, it increases the duration it lasts.
I would say though I don't think Side S needs it because doesn't lowball just go under them for the most part?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's like the main thing that I would say is like, oh yeah, that's probably like a nice. I mean, I guess you could argue that the up ball kind of goes over projectiles, so like, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, this I feel like this makes sense. Like it allows him to,
No, it's very much better this way,
because like
probably.
it eliminates a problem that he has, which he probably shouldn't have, which is dealing with people who have range. Because he
Yeah,
is supposed to have range, he's supposed to be good at that. So, and
I mean,
not like all range, just projectile range. So, I feel like
yeah,
that
I
makes
mean, he's
sense.
supposed to be good mid-screen,
Yeah,
but he's not necessarily designed to struggle against zoners, so it's kind of a weird one.
yeah,
But
that'll be an easy enough thing to implement. Sure.
Wow.
I should
Whenever I'm tired, I just have the best thoughts. I have
probably
to go to
try
bed
to.
now.
Yeah, I should honestly. I have a test tomorrow. I need to study.
Yeah, we should meeting adjourn, but shoot.
New tier list.